It's a party atmosphere for one of the marquee high school football games the state of North Carolina can offer tonight. Homecoming and family nights on the campus of Cardinal Gibbons for a top 5 heavyweight battle in the East, as Cardinal Gibbons and Leesville Road square off for the inside track to the Cap 6 title. The Honda dealers of the Carolinas, Friday night rivals, presented by Talk It Out NC. 5-0 Leesville Road, 4-2 Cardinal Gibbons. Good evening once again, everybody, and welcome to the heart of North Carolina in Raleigh. Patrick Keenis alongside ECU standout Jay Sohnhalter. And Jay, there's a whole lot at stake for maybe the biggest game the state can offer here tonight for Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons. What's at the top of the list?
Well, number one thing is they're going to be in first place in the conference, whoever wins tonight, and this is a tough conference in the Cap 6. The other thing is another opportunity to face a tough matchup. Both of these teams are going to make deep playoff runs. This is for seeding, and this is for improvement. Both of these sides have outstanding teams.
Right, the recent history for these two programs is very good, so we know we're going to see excellent talent on the field. Who are some of the key players to watch tonight?
Well, for Leesville Road, Nasir Wentz is an outstanding senior. He's going to play both ways tonight. On the defensive side, the challenge is going to be locking up the wide receivers for Gibbons. He's got 2 interceptions. Over on the offensive side, he's been outstanding. 6 touchdowns. He averages over 20 yards per catch, and he's a really good route runner. Now, for Cardinal Gibbons, Jake Taylor is their mismatch guy. He's going to play tight end here tonight, but also move out in the slot. He's committed to David Cutcliffe and the Duke Blue Devils, 6'5", 225, and he runs a 4.56. He really does a nice job, Patrick, in the red zone. That's where he can really do damage with his height and his athleticism.
All right, and now we know with these two programs, just last year, Cardinal Gibbons played for a state championship, lost in the 4A title game. A couple of years ago, Leesville Road lost in the state championship game as well, so we know these programs are very strong. What are the keys to focus on for both teams to pull off a win tonight?
Well, for the Pride, Leesville has to focus on up front, the point of attack, winning up in the trenches. They want to make this a physical ball game, and then also the running game with DJ Ford. They want that balance in their offensive game plan. For Gibbons, it's pass protection. They've got to protect, and Bo Atkinson, the UNC commit, is outstanding. So they've got to find a way to slow down the pass rush, and then the turnover battle is going to be huge.
All right, 2 very complex teams. For the third member of our broadcast crew, Marilyn Payne, is going to talk about maybe how simple it's going to be for both of these teams to pull off a win tonight. Marilyn?
This Cap 6 showdown likely comes down to who does simple better. Ben Colstad sets his Leesville defense up and runs it as a 3-4 every game just to be prepared for what he will see from the Crusaders on offense each time these two teams meet. And Stephen Wright knows well how much Leesville likes to run the football. He asked his defense, can we bottle up DJ Scott and stop Nasir Winston from making big plays on the perimeter? If we can do that, we can give this Pride team their first loss of the season. Is that what we'll see tonight? Stay with us on Friday Night Rivals to find out.
Want to take your combo for an adult swim? 8 limited edition collectibles from all your favorite shows. It's the only part of your meal you won't want to eat. Collect them all as part of the Adult Swim meal, only at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
I'm Gene Riddle. If you've been injured on the job, I want to share some simple advice. First, file a claim with your employer immediately, in writing. Next, see a doctor right away. Waiting may lead to denial of your claim. Finally, call the experienced workers' compensation lawyers at Riddle & Brantley. Having an attorney on your side may be the difference between claim approval or denial. Call today for your free consultation. Riddle & Brantley, when justice counts.
This is Ford Truck Month. Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America. Welcome to the show. For a limited time, get 0% financing for 72 months on a 2021 Ford F-150 during Ford Truck Month. See your Carolina Ford dealer today.
Modern Mechanical, your go-to people.
Trained comfort specialists, professional consultants, trained technicians, residential replacement, commercial construction, and excellent customer support. Call Modern Mechanical because it's hard to stop a train and because
we are your go-to people.
Call today or visit modernmechhvac.com.
Made from scratch biscuits and hand-breaded chicken, that's a breakfast no-brainer. But adding hot honey to the mix, you'll never hit snooze again. The new Hot Honey hand-breaded chicken biscuit at Hardee's. Get it before it's gone. Order ahead at Hardee's.com.
Back deep for the Crusaders, number 4.
Friday night rivals on the campus of Cardinal Gibbons High School, Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons. And time now for the coin toss to tonight's game, brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. And thank you to the U.S. Marine Corps for today's coin toss. The few, the proud, the Marines. Contact your local recruiter today. And Leesville Road won the toss. They will defer to the second half. Cardinal Gibbons will take possession of the football. And what an atmosphere, Jason Halter, tonight. Cardinal Gibbons, Leesville Road, two of the top teams in the entire state of North Carolina.
Well, the eyes of the state are watching this ball game. These teams are, like I said in the open, a lot of talent, and the potential once the playoffs hit is huge. Both these teams have aspirations to get to the state championship game, and here tonight this is going to be a tough test.
Unbeaten Leesville Road in the white, kicking it off, Tyler Graham, as we have our open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home. And it will be a touchback to Cardinal Gibbons in the green and gold for the Crusaders. And number 18, center of your screen, the junior quarterback, Connor Clark, one of the top offensive players in the eastern half of North Carolina. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. He's going to be a focal man for the spread offense tonight.
And so much potential, only a junior. He's gotten so much better even from last season, where he's a star for this offense. And coming out here on the first drive, this is the strength of Cardinal Gibbons' team, their offense, and for Leesville, the strength is their defense.
Gibbons 4-2, 1-0 in the Cap 6. And Clark will throw it to the sideline on the opening play. The reception is made for a couple of yards. Maverick Shotwell with the reception. As we take a look at the starting lineup for Cardinal Gibbons, brought to you by Talk It Out NC. And there for Cardinal Gibbons, Connor Clark will watch him, but Jake Taylor, the tight end, the Duke recruit.
He's a huge weapon right there, and we'll see if he faces double teams tonight. Also, Donovan Shepard's an outstanding running back, averaging 114 yards per game.
Second down. They air it out to the outside, and it's off of the fingertips and incomplete. Intended for Blake Raphael. Third down as we take a look at the defense for Leesville Road, brought to you by Talk It Out NC. And you look at the defense, you see number 5, the defensive end, Bo Atkinson. We've seen him on these broadcasts the last couple of years.
One of the best players in the country. When you watch the ball game tonight, watch number 5 and how relentless he is chasing the football.
Sear Winston, number 6, will play on both sides. There is a look at Atkinson. So an early third down opportunity for the Pride defense to get Cardinal Gibbons off of the field. 3rd and 6. Clark to the left sideline, and just a little bit long, looking for Ian Evans beyond the 40-yard line. That's what the Pride defense was looking to do on the road in front of an adversarial crowd. There are a lot of fans, huge student section tonight, and it's a 3-and-out for Gibbons.
Well, for the Pride's defense, the focus is on the front 7. Can they be physical and win their one-on-one blocks? There, Bo Atkinson caught a triple team, so there's going to be other guys that are going to have to make plays, and right there they got in the backfield and made Clark uncomfortable.
So Cardinal Gibbons will kick it away. Should be a very good field position here for the Pride. And the boot is a low line drive. Does take a Crusader hop. Juggled and brought in around the 33-yard line, and an immediate stick. But Leesville Road is going to have very good field position. Drew Thomas on the return to almost the 40-yard line.
41-yard kick.
So the 41-yard kick, and here comes the offense for the unbeaten Pride of Leesville Road. They are 5-0, and they're coming off of a thumping over Broughton, 56-7. And there's the 6'4" quarterback, Will Murray, who's thrown 6 touchdown passes over the course of the year. But DJ Scott, number 22, the deep back, out of the pistol. We will watch him very carefully, and he runs for about 6 yards. There's a marker thrown in right at the point of the tackle.
DJ Scott flagging on the play.
Scott averaging about 6 yards a carry. 6 touchdowns on this year. He's going to go beyond 700 for the year at some point here tonight as we get our first penalty of the night. It's a face mask going against Cardinal Gibbons.
Face mask call against the Crusaders.
The focal point for the offense of the Pride is going to be physical up front and then really establish this running game with Scott and then mix in the play action pass and try to hit Winston over the top.
Leesville Road averaging about 30 points a game, which is impressive enough, but defensively just about 6 a game. They've had 1 shutout. They've held 4 of their 5 opponents this year inside 10. And they carry by the running back. Scott tripped up right around the line of scrimmage as we take a look at the Leesville Road offense, brought to you by Talk It Out NC.
And Timothy Hogan's committed to Elon. Cam Todd is another D1 prospect. But this offensive line is getting healthy now, getting that chemistry back, and that's where it's going to start for them up front.
So a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11 from just outside of midfield for Will Murray and the Pride. And here is Scott again, and that was sniffed out early. Great penetration off that defensive line. Donovan Dozier, number 45, right there to break up that play. And here's a look at the defense, and you see Donovan Dozier right at the top of the screen. Lineup brought to you by Talk It Out NC. Who else can we follow tonight defensively?
Yeah, this is an athletic front 4, but the linebackers, Carter Scarce is a star, and then Will Mason, he's the quarterback in the secondary. So all 3 levels, this is a talented group.
3rd and long now, 3rd about 17. Play fake to Scott, rolling under pressure, and that is underthrown, incomplete. Wouldn't have gone for much anyway. And we're going to see back-to-back 3 and outs here as these 2 elite teams, the Cap 6 defenses usually have that upper hand early as you try and feel each other out.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a little while in a big ball game for the offenses to get into the flow, and especially defensive lines, but the whole front 7 have been flying all over the field on both possessions.
So Leesville Road will punt it away. Tyler Graham, clean snap, pressure coming. He does get it off. And this is returnable, but a fair catch called for and made at the 20-yard line by Donovan Shepard. So a couple of 3 and outs as one of the top games around the state of North Carolina is underway, scoreless after a couple of minutes.
We all wear multiple hats, a different hat for every job. At Wake Tech, we have multiple hats too, from welding to construction management to baking to public safety. Wake Tech can help you determine which hat fits you best. Visit Wake Tech online or in person and try one on for size. Wake Tech. Success starts here.
Are you turning 65 or currently on Medicare? Well, then listen up. I'm Medicare Mel, owner of the Hall Insurance Group, and I'm here to help you. Open enrollment is here, but not for long. The new Medicare plans in your area may include no-cost dental, vision, prescription drug coverage, healthy food card, utility payment assistance, plus we may be able to eliminate your Part B premium and put more money back in your Social Security check. And I'm local, so call Medicare Mel 919-804-0828.
Well, as I was coming in here to Cardinal Gibbons High School about 5 o'clock today, there was already traffic jams making the turn into the campus. The students were already in a celebratory mood. And look at that student section. What a huge crowd on hand. And a good group from Leesville Road as well as these 2 Cap 6 rivals battle it out. A couple of 3 and outs, and Cardinal Gibbons in the green and gold on offense for the 2nd time. A little pitch to the right side, a massive tackle right around the line of scrimmage. And that is Bo Atkinson, number 5, with the clothesline hit to blow up that play.
And watch Bo right here coming on the backside. Look at him just chase this down again, the relentless hustle. And that was a nice job also there with the play. It was Drew Thomas, the defensive back. Both those guys teaming up and really controlling the line of scrimmage.
Blake Raphael looking for a different play call. He was on the bad end of that one. Number 5, Raphael goes in motion. And he will get the toss to the outside, look for a blocker from his wide receiver. He'll be cut down a couple of yards short of the first down, but a manageable 3rd and 3 come up for the Crusaders.
Well, that was a nice job getting the ball out on the perimeter. And the defensive line, when they're rushing up the middle, sometimes you just have to get it to the outside over in the alley. Easy completion for Clark.
A good block on the outside. That was Ian Evans. Freed up Raphael for a couple more yards. 3rd down, and we'll call it a short 4 here for Cardinal Gibbons. Gibbons 4-2, 1-0 inside the Cap 6. Coming off of a shutout win at Enloe, 32-0 last week. Offensively, they racked up almost 400 yards. And now whistle is blown. Looks like maybe a personnel issue with Cardinal Gibbons as they did not have their quarterback Connor Clark out there with that set up, and they will call a timeout here. A couple of minutes gone by in this opening quarter.
Leesville's defense was playing the run. 8 Pride defenders were in the box with another one kind of creeping in, so they were focused on the run there to try to stop it. Now, for Leesville here, their defense, we've seen them playing really hard thus far. I'm watching the matchup with the offensive line and the defensive line. Who's going to gain leverage and get pad level to really move things up front? And here on a critical down, Cardinal Gibbons likes movement here and misdirection.
All right, so off the sideline following the timeout. And again, they were lining up Donovan Shepard really in the Wildcat on that previous play. We'll see if they come out, and perhaps we'll see Stephen Wright change things up. Yet to see a first down, and it will be number 23. That's Donovan Shepard waiting for a direct snap. Ian Evans at the slot at the bottom of the screen. 3rd down and 4, 3-receiver formation. And the handoff, Raphael scrapes off one tackle. He needed that line marker, and let's see where the mark is going to be here. Will there be enough for Raphael and the Crusaders? And it will be enough for a first down.
Raphael is such a trusted piece in this offense. We've already seen him with the catch on the outside, showing off his hands, and they're getting the physical yards here on the Wildcat. Zone read, Shepard holding on to as long as he could, and then you got to make one man miss, and then look at the ability just to power through and know where you've got to go to get the first down. You reached out over that marker.
That is our first Hall Insurance first down of the game, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. First down, Cardinal Gibbons. Little misdirection here, and fighting for tough yards is Donovan Shepard. 576 yards coming into this week. He'll pick up a couple.
Shepard gets a long one.
Shepard's a guy that's been a star throughout his time here in the Gibbons program. He had a big ball game against Grimsley in the state championship last spring, and here moving in, even gaining more of a leadership role for this offense.
2nd and 8. Clark, quick drop, feeds the left side, and a double team tackle short of the marker brings up 3rd down and a couple. Ian Evans with his 2nd reception of the game.
Well, for Gibbons, are you going to go back to the Wildcat where you had success previously on the other 3rd down attempt? Watch Jake Taylor, number 8. See if he's lined up in line or if he's out, split out wide. If he's in line, most likely this is going to be a running play.
And there's a look at Taylor. Yet to see a ball thrown his way so far, but he will be a key offensive player for Leesville Pride to neutralize tonight. Lines up as a tight end, top of the screen. 3rd and 2. Shepard snuffed out that time. And the Pride defense comes up again, trying to get their fans engaged. They will force the 2nd Crusader punt in this opening quarter.
They shot the gap. Here's the blitz right here on the short side of the field. Nice job. Look at Bo Atkinson just pushing his man back and moved the line of scrimmage. And then also coming up, that was Logan Bauer, one of the star linebackers. He's a senior. He's had a great season. Those two guys teaming up to get off the field.
So Ethan Hastings on to punt it away for Cardinal Gibbons. A little bit of pressure picked up. And it's a good kick. It will land right on that sideline around the, see where they mark it out, at the, right around the 30-yard line. So 2 offensive sets for Cardinal Gibbons, 2 punts, and Leesville Road on the road on offense when we return, looking for an early lead.
Need a little incentive to get up? Try a savory sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles for just $2. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's.
We do know that COVID is a very inflammatory disease. We know that there's some inflammation that you will experience from the shot as your body builds immunity after the vaccine, but the level of inflammation that most people get, including children, from COVID is much, much greater than the shot itself.
The vaccines are much better for you than actually catching a case of COVID.
Everyone from teens to seniors can get a COVID-19 vaccine. Visit myspot.nc.gov. Sponsored by NCDHHS.
Need a little incentive to get up? Try a savory sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles for just $2. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's.
Great atmosphere tonight here in Raleigh, campus of Cardinal Gibbons. 3 possessions, 3 punts, Jay Sohnhalter. Any surprise to you?
Well, the defenses right now are coming to play. The offenses are going to have to figure out a way just to protect up front, but also kind of decipher the code. We've seen a couple blitzes. The whole key is going to be execution, especially on 3rd down.
There is Will Murray, the 6'4" quarterback for the Pride. Wins over Wakefield, Panther Creek, Southern Durham, Wake Forest, and a 56-7 thumping over Broughton. And they have Athens Drive on deck next week. 3 receiver formation. DJ Scott, their profiled running back. Ball will not come his way. Instead, it comes to Nasir Winston on the left sideline. Gets a block from Ian Westbrook and carries it up the sideline for pretty good yardage.
Well, that pass was open as we see Leesville going hurry up. It was open because the defensive backs were playing off, respecting the speed of Winston. Here, a nice block on the outside by Westbrook, and then Winston just getting what he could there. Not a lot of room, but that's such a positive play on 1st down.
Good for 9, 2nd and shorts. And here's DJ Scott, full head of steam, sweeps it around to the outside. He's into Crusader territory and fighting for extra yards. Penalty marker down as Scott is tackled to the 45, but it's all coming back. A hold against Leesville Pride, or Leesville Road.
We'll see here over on the right side. Let's see where the holding is. It looks like it was right there on Dozier. The defensive end for Gibbons was going to get against Gabe Simpkins. It looked like he just held his shoulder pad just a little bit too long there and kind of twisted him. I'll tell you, Simpkins is just such a big key to this offense, playing tight end, H-back. When they run the ball, most times they're going to run behind number 30.
And now back around the 34-yard line, but right back into the hands of DJ Scott. And Scott will take it over to the 45-yard line, and that will bring up a 1st down here for Leesville Road.
Well, he's got that burst through the line of scrimmage. Watch him here just kind of wait, look for the offensive line to create that crease, and then finish off this run. Scott has that power to continue to move his legs, churn, and get extra yardage.
All Insurance 1st down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. 1st down from the 45, little stutter step by Scott, and still able to kind of slither ahead for a couple yards where it didn't look like much was there.
And that's what he does. He just kind of moves the pile, and this Leesville offense is starting to get some push up front. And Scott has had a great season. And again, 5'10", 160, but he's got the power, and he's got that burst, the quickness, and the deep end speed. He really has all the qualities you look for. He's such a young player. It's gotten so much better throughout the season.
Couple-yard gain, closing in on Cardinal Gibbons territory, 2nd down. And Murray will hand it off, and this one stopped in the backfield. Jay Snelling with his first carry of the game. Lost a couple of yards, 3rd and long now for Leesville Road.
This is an athletic defensive line for Cardinal Gibbons. They're not the biggest group, but they make up for it with their quickness, their ability to diagnose plays, and there you see him just kind of shoot the gap. And the Leesville offensive line couldn't protect up front to force a critical down here.
3rd and 11 for the Pride. And DJ Scott not in the backfield for Leesville Road. Murray, quick screen to the right side, and the Crusaders will cut him down after only a couple of yards. And after a couple of good-looking offensive plays early in that series, Leesville Road with that key holding penalty backed up, and the drive fizzles.
Yeah, look at the discipline from Cardinal Gibbons. They weren't faked out with the screenplay. Carter Scarce, the middle linebacker, is reading the eyes of Murray and then flying over to the football to get off the field.
Punting is on number 42, Tyler Graham in the kick. Back deep, number 23, Donovan Shepard.
Second punts and second near block by Cardinal Gibbons. And this is returnable from the 15-yard line. And then immediately covered up. Looked like something might have been there for Donovan Shepard on the return, but Look at big number 5, Bo Atkinson. He's playing everywhere, right? Even on special teams, getting down there and breaking up a potential big return. Well, earlier this evening, Maryland had a chance to catch up with Ava Smith of the COVID-19 Advisory Council.
I'm here with Ava Smith. She's a junior here at Cardinal Gibbons, and she's a member of the COVID-19 Student Advisory Council for Wake County. Ava, why is it so important for you to be involved with this committee?
I have personally a lot of family members who were very at risk. Getting vaccinated was like a light at the end of the tunnel with all the unknown about COVID, and the vaccine is just really important. It's super important to stay safe out there, and I'm trying to get the community back to a sense of normalcy, and the council seemed to be doing that, so yeah.
That's awesome. We love hearing that from you. Thanks for taking the time to explain that to us. We've talked all season long, thanks to the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, about the importance of getting vaccinated against COVID-19.
All right, thanks, Marilyn. Thank you, Ava. Quite an inspiration. We appreciate all you're doing to try and keep all of us healthy and safe. Cardinal Gibbons, for the third time, goes on offense, picks up a couple of yards. A little toss to Raphael on first down. Quickly moving first quarter. Only seen one first down so far here, Jay. We'll see what Connor Clark and the offense for Cardinal Gibbons can piece together here. And they're trying to stay inside the tackles with the running game and not, frankly, getting a whole lot. Donovan Shepard cut down after just a marginal gain.
Well, here early on, they're trying to impose their will and lean on the offensive line. Stephen Wright has done just an outstanding job with this program, with his time here. And this is an explosive group on the offensive end. But, Patrick, when you look at both teams, in order to win a state championship and get there, you've got to have a great defense. And both sides right now are really dominating on that side of the ball.
All right, Shepard stands to the left of Clark. This is 3rd down and 6 for Gibbons. 4 receivers across the formation. Throws to the sideline. And a one-on-one tackle is made on Maverick Shotwell after he made the reception. That will be short to the first down.
In there quickly for the defense, number 21, Anthony Jemerson.
Anthony Jemerson with the one-on-one coverage on the outside and kept him short of the marker by a couple of yards. So Cardinal Gibbons with yet another 3 and outs.
Well, Jemerson coming up there, recognizing it was a pass to the outside, quickly coming up and a nice tackle. And the offensive line gave Clark time to throw the ball there. But for this Gibbons offense, you've just got to get past the sticks there and make sure you get it. It was a good execution. They just didn't have enough to pick up the first down.
And so Hastings on a punt away. A little personnel issue here for Cardinal Gibbons. Indecision on who was supposed to be on the punt team and who was not. And late onto the field for Cardinal Gibbons, Ryan Ziegler, and that forces another timeout by Cardinal Gibbons in this opening quarter.
Well, for Gibbons here, this is a spot early on. They've got to figure out how to slow down this defensive line for Leesville Road. And coming out here, this is going to be a special teams and defense ball game here. Early on, you can already see that it's going to be about protecting the football, making explosive plays when you get them, but also not doing anything outside your realm. And for this offense here, they're used to those big passing plays. Right now they're having a tough time, but they've got to win up front and give Clark time to throw the ball.
All right, Maryland earlier had a chance to catch up with Kayla Buffalo of Wake Tech earlier tonight.
I'm here with Kayla Buffalo. She's a recruitment and outreach officer with Wake Tech. Kayla, thank you so much for joining us here at Cardinal Gibbons. Why is it important for Wake Tech to be involved with us at FNR?
So it's important for Wake Tech to be involved at Friday Night Rivals because we are Wake County's community college. We pretty much have something for everyone at Wake Tech, and we want students and families to consider us as a higher education option. We have about 70,000 students, 200 plus associate degree, diploma and certificate programs, and about 10 locations, including our online campus. Something else that I wanted to mention is our CCP dual enrollment program, where students can actually come to Wake Tech free of tuition and take college classes toward their degree while still in high school.
I hear the word free, and I want to know more. If people watching this are interested in learning more, what website can you direct them to?
Yeah, so I would direct them to apply.waketech.edu.
Kayla, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kayla. Thank you, Marilyn. An excellent field position. Best of the night for Leesville Road after forcing the 3rd punt of the evening from Cardinal Gibbons. And this drive begins the 45-yard line. And Will Murray, a quick pass out near midfield to the right. Marginal game. As we near about a minute to play here in this opening quarter.
That was a good job recognizing the coverage and immediately going out to Nico Sonia. And there you see the arm strength of Murray. A good job on first down, picking up positive yards. And Patrick, you mentioned this is the best field position to start a drive. You just get that feeling that Leesville needs to take advantage of it.
I think they've at least gained a little bit of confidence for a couple of positive plays they had in that second drive, even though one was negated by the hold. They're beginning to kind of open up the playbook a bit. We've seen Cardinal Gibbons fairly conservative. Big run up the middle, breaking free, and there goes Jay Snelling taken down at around the 15-yard line. Found an extra gear right at the line of scrimmage, blew through, and the biggest play of the night.
So the 1-2 punch with Scott and Snelling. We got this line kind of develop there, open up the hole, and then he's off to the races. What an explosive play. It all started up with the offensive line, especially in the middle there with Cam Todd leading the way.
Snelling for 31, and now inside the CPI red zone come the Pride, and right back into the hands of Snelling.
Well, this is an offensive line that's gotten healthy with Tim Hogan, Ali White, Cam Todd, John Saulers, and Bailey Wagner all coming together here. And you can see the chemistry of these guys really paying off here. This third drive starting to play better.
Inside the CPI red zone, CPI protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years. And on second down, they stay inside the tackles, back to DJ Scott for a couple of yards. And just like that, as the first quarter winds out, it'll be third down and about 6 yards to go, but the first scoring chance of the night on either side. We've seen 5 punts, and now our first big chunk play. Leesville Road knocking on the door when the second quarter begins.
Justice is doing a double take.
I think you're a liar.
Sir, the game is over. With the People's Court with Judge Marilyn Millian and Judge Mathis.
I'm riveted by this.
The People's Court brings the hammer down.
You know what I think? I think you're a crook. Pay the lady back the money you ripped her off of.
And Judge Mathis keeps it real.
She hates me now because I'm dating her ex-husband, Peter. Her kids live with us.
He took her husband and her kids.
2 great court shows on 1 great station. On My RDZ.
We all wear multiple hats. A different hat for every job. At Wake Tech, we have multiple hats too. From welding, to construction management, to baking, to public safety. Wake Tech can help you determine which hat fits you best. Visit Wake Tech online or in person, and try one on for size. Wake Tech. Success starts here.
Imagine being connected to and securing your entire home with a simple touch or command of your voice. Or detect an intruder before they get in. The technology connected to your home can do more than just alert you, because the most experienced team in smart security has got your back.
CPI Security. Identify yourself.
Get 40% off CPI's Essentials Plus Smart Security System and a Video Doorbell Pro free. CPI, the leader in smart home security.
We're down to the wire. In 4 days, the incredible Rooms to Go fall sale will end. Just 4 days remain to get the great-looking furniture you need. Easy to shop, with so many ways to save on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, kids' rooms, and more. Plus, get 60-month interest-free financing. That's right, you get both. Great sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. But only 4 days remain. The Rooms to Go fall sale ends at 9 p.m. Monday.
Ready for the second quarter from Cardinal Gibbons. Defensive affair through the first 12 minutes. Combined 5 punts between these two teams, but a big offensive play by Jay Snelling, one of the running backs for the Pride, brings it into the red zone. This is third down. We'll call it 9 for Leesville Road. Here in the white uniforms and the green helmets. Here we go. 3rd and 9. DJ Scott bursting through. He's down to close the 10-yard line and finally taken down. Will Mason and others on the tackle. And now we'll bring a big decision here early for Ben Colstad and Leesville Road.
Well, what do you do? I say stay aggressive, keep the offense out on the field. It looks like field goal unit is coming back into the ball game, but this was a really good drive for Leesville with good field position starting off and then moving the ball inside the red zone.
Yeah, they will bring out Tyler Graham to attempt a 29-yard field goal. He is 4 of 5 so far this season. Straight on look to give Leesville Road the early lead, and he jams it right through. So a road lead for the undefeated Pride. 29-yard field goal set up by Jay Snelling's big run. And Tyler Graham gets the job done. And what will that do, Jay, now for road confidence, taking on a team that, Cardinal Gibbons has been on the come here in Central North Carolina and across the state for several years, to come here and grab a lead, and the defense playing as well as they have. Shot of confidence.
Well, you have some momentum, and then your defense is only giving up 6 points per game, so that's where you're really going to rely on those guys continue playing at a high level. But coming here in a tough atmosphere with the starts you've had, kind of figuring things out there on that last offensive drive, it's a big boost over on the Pride sideline.
All right, so there's a look at the head coach for Cardinal Gibbons. And for Stephen Wright, I think right now, offensively, they need to figure out what their game plan is going to be. They like to spread out. They like to go down the field, but they frankly haven't taken any looks down the field, haven't had a great deal of time to do so.
Yeah, and exactly. They've got to find a way to stretch out this defense and threaten them through the air. Right now, they're trying to run the ball in between the tackles, impose their will, and they've had a couple nice plays, but we've seen some penetration and some leaks. The defense line for Leesville is taking advantage.
All right, so Tyler Graham will get us back underway. Open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home. And it's a good kick by Graham to the sideline, returnable for Cardinal Gibbons. And this is Ian Evans across the field, over the 30, out to the 35-yard line. Very nice return from the edge of the right boundary to the center of the field. Pretty good starting position for the Crusaders. And a reminder, coming up during the fourth quarter of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the West Shore Home Player of the Game. West Shore Home, you can convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. 3-0 lead for Leesville Road, and now fourth offensive possession for Cardinal Gibbons. How do you expect things to change?
Well, I think they need to really take the shots like we talked about. Stretch out this defense, attack the secondary. Again, here early on, this defensive line is winning up front, and Bo Atkinson, again, getting that pressure. When you watch him play, look at how hard he plays and also the leverage, getting underneath the pad level. We'll see him here over on that right side. He's kind of pushing things out and then flying through there, making the play. And you see a couple Pride defenders swarming in packs to make the tackle.
They're doing their best to run away from Atkinson. I mean, he's running across the formation, chasing down the plays.
And Elijah Mickle, the nose tackle, was right there as well.
Loss of a couple off the back foot, a dangerous toss into traffic, but the connection is made, and that's Donovan Shepard to about the 40-yard line. It's going to bring up third, about 5 for Cardinal Gibbons.
It was a good job there, allowing the pressure into the backfield, then throwing it over the top. But the Pride's linebackers are so fast, even though they kind of shifted over towards the right, easily coming back over to make the play and force a third down.
Hey, this is a big play here for Cardinal Gibbons offensively. They have not had a first down yet in this game against the Leesville Road defense. 3rd and 4. And they need simply to build some confidence here and move the chains if they can. Clark under a little bit of pressure, a little jump pass to the outside and cut down short of the marker by Carter Scarce, number 2. Or probably Logan Bauer on the tackle there, and it's now going to bring up 4th down. We'll see what Gibbons decides to do as we go back to Maryland.
To quote head coach Ben Colstad, he said this defense doesn't have a lot of weaknesses. He's very proud of what the Pride is able to do, not just the defensive front that we've talked a lot about, but all 4 DBs are returners from his spring unit, and he just is very confident in all 11 players on the defensive side of the football. We are seeing why he's so confident today.
And Jay, for the 4th time, Cardinal Gibbons will punt it away. Trailing by 3 early stages of this second quarter. And sprinting away and unable to get out of a tackle. Excellent work by Cardinal Gibbons to bring down Leesville Road's Drew Thomas. A little more than 3 minutes gone by, second quarter. Leesville Road up by 3 and in possession when we come back.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every Shaq-a-Roni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
Are you turning 65 or currently on Medicare? Well, then listen up. I'm Medicare Mel, owner of the Hall Insurance Group, and I'm here to help you. Open enrollment is here, but not for long. The new Medicare plans in your area may include no-cost dental, vision, prescription drug coverage, healthy food card, utility payment assistance, plus we may be able to eliminate your Part B premium and put more money back in your Social Security check. And I'm local, so call Medicare Mel 919-804-0828.
Cookies and milk. It's probably wired into us since we were kids. Well, my inner child just got some good news. These Atkins chocolate chip cookies. Chewy, chocolatey, 10 grams of protein, all without a ton of net carbs. It's not so bad being a grown-up.
Hey, stay tuned for the myspot.nc.gov halftime report, where we will have this week's Riddle and Brantley Scholar athletes participating school interviews with the principals. We'll have highlights of his first half and more. Don't wait to vaccinate. Find a COVID-19 vaccine location near you at myspot.nc.gov. Leesville Road back on offense with a 3-0 lead after a pretty good punt and an excellent punt return defense, and maybe a yard or two on first down for DJ Scott. Leesville Road, thanks to a 29-yard field goal, up 3 on the road at Cardinal Gibbons. Now marking back a loss of 1. Now for Leesville Road, we mentioned the strength of this team is on the defense. They have made, you think, a team being undefeated, 5 wins in 5 weeks. Everything is all copacetic on both sides of the football. Not necessarily the case here for Leesville Road, as another run by Scott picks up a few, 3rd and long, but they've made some adjustments to their play calling, who's making the play calling, and some of the responsibilities doled out.
Well, and they've made this offense more simple, and that's the biggest thing is when you've got a great defense, you don't want confusion to be on the offensive side of the ball with too many play calls and too many plays. They've really kind of made the playbook smaller, gone back to their bread and butter, which is running the football and then attack through the play action pass. But the biggest thing on 3rd down is you got to find your playmakers. This is where you've got to look for Nasir Winston.
Yeah, Winston and Westbrook a little bit confused as they line up as the stack receivers to the top of your screen. DJ Scott is off the field here on 3rd and 7. And there's Will Murray looking over the sideline saying, what are we running here? And the play clock winding down, and there's a whistle. And we'll see, timeout has been taken by Leesville Road. There's a lot of uncertainty right there as they were trying to get in the right formation. And these are going to be some of the pitfalls of changing responsibilities and personnel and certain packages.
Well, now, especially on 3rd down, you want to make sure your offense is set and everybody's on the same page. A big down coming up, and, again, when you're in these 3rd and long situations, the key is you've got to protect up front, but you've got to find a way to get your best players in one-on-one matchup. So I look for Winston here. We saw him lined up in the slot. We'll see if they go back to that same play, but they've got to highlight him here.
Well, it's time for the Pepsi Fan Cam. Pepsi, made for football watching. Grab a cold, refreshing Pepsi today. Cardinal Gibbons side, Leesville Road side, and big crowd on hand. A perfect night. Thought there might be some rain rolling through, but it's been dry. It's been not terribly humid. Good cloud cover. And temperatures still in about the low 70s. A 3-0 lead for Leesville Road.
The key there, you said, is the humidity's almost gone. It's much better than about a month ago.
So here we go, a 3rd and 7 for Leesville Road. 4 coming for Cardinal Gibbons, and 1 right in the grill of the quarterback, Will Murray. And down he goes. The pursuit coming in from Cardinal Gibbons. Donovan Dozier, number 45. Will Murray just kind of was looking left, looked right, and all of a sudden Dozier was right in his face.
Dozier beat his man on the one-on-one block. The junior, we'll see here, he's a wrestler. Besides a football player, he's a star in 2 sports, and they're getting underneath the pad level. At 215 pounds, you can see the power and the speed to get off the field.
Well, we saw one big offensive play for Leesville Road spark them to points. That's the biggest play on either side of the ball for Cardinal Gibbons. High snap, and this one goes off the side of the foot, and it's an awful punt. The pressure from Cardinal Gibbons, and the punt goes barely more than 10 yards. So Tyler Graham felt the pressure, and Cardinal Gibbons suddenly has the momentum. So a huge opportunity for the Crusaders to tie or go ahead. They start this next drive inside the red zone when we come back.
You know, my mom says I just have a huge appetite for life. Well, she did say huge. This thing's perfect in this size. It's a candy bar, it's gooey, and it's Quest. So, some athlete-worthy nutrition for everyone. You don't have to be an athlete to get something out of Quest. Use your rookie energy wherever you need it. Look, they even make them in a little bite-sized version.
We really are worried that this Delta variant is going to find everyone who's not protected.
The fact that this is more infectious, causing worse outcomes, and spreading like wildfire in the United States, I don't believe this is a wait-and-see period. It's a time to really roll those sleeves up and get those shots.
There are more people dying this week than there was last week. Our rates of hospitalizations are going up. The people that are losing their lives are the people that are unvaccinated.
Visit myspot.nc.gov today. A message from NCDHHS.
Back to Cardinal Gibbons, 3-0 lead for Leesville Road. About 6.5 minutes to go here in this opening half. Heavy pressure by Cardinal Gibbons led to about an 18-yard punt. And then some of the trouble is when you're not used to televised games, the officials in the red hat weren't on the same page as Cardinal Gibbons tried to run a play, penalized for illegal motion, and now they realize that there was a television timeout. We'll see if that penalty will stand. I think it will, but we're not coming back. And if they don't negate that play, this is going to be 1st and 15 for Cardinal Gibbons.
We'll see if we get clarification. But for Gibbons, great field position to start off this drive. You have to take advantage of it here, and I'd expect them, here, especially near the red zone, you've got to find a way to get the ball to Jake Taylor.
And I think the referee is going over there to talk to Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright, if I'm him, I'm saying I'm lobbying for that penalty not to count. But our referee in the white hat was walking toward the sideline, shaking his head like, what can we do here? So the penalty will stand. And it will be 1st and 15 for Cardinal Gibbons at the Pride 28-yard line. 28. So we'll see what Connor Clark and company can do. We've seen very little so far from Jake Taylor. This one's thrown over the middle, tipped in the air, and knocked incomplete. Nasir Winston, number 6, getting that left hand in on that pass. First shot that the Crusaders have taken downfield, a pretty good throw.
And look at his pass protection. And then look at Winston coming through there. That's the technique that you coach. I mean, that is perfect there with that off arm. You don't have the interference with the left arm. Go in, knock that ball down, and he was stride for stride in coverage.
Good pass, looking for Ian Evans toward the goal line, but well defended by Nasir Winston's right hand. Incomplete. 2nd and 15. Trips left, one to the right. And a quick pass to the sideline. This is Evans. One man misses, races down the sideline and drags the tackler inside the 20. Played by Tyler Lassiter, number 1. But we've seen Evans become a little bit more of a spotlighted offensive player.
His 15th catch on the year. Look at Blake Raphael up front, number 5, really knocking out 2 Pride defenders with the block. And then with Evans, the vision to see that block being set up and then streak down the sideline. A nice job getting the ball out quickly from Clark.
Back inside the CPI security red zone, protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years. 3rd down and 5 from the 18-yard line. Clap of the hands by Connor Clark. And now 3-man rush. Pressure gets through up the middle. He'll just release the pass. It is caught by Shepard, but behind the line of scrimmage. Logan Bauer took him down, number 2, but massive heat on a 3-man rush. Broke through right up the middle.
It was Xavier Lewis, the sophomore, coming through there as well as Atkinson. We'll see them winning, and then Clark somehow getting rid of it here. And then Bauer, who's had such a good season, being in the perfect position to force a 4th down.
But also looked like Atkinson was being held at the top of that offensive line as well. This is a field goal attempt for the tie, and it is good. So Cardinal Gibbons ties things up Ethan Hastings bangs one through from around 37 yards out. And with 5:39 left in this first half, it is a 3-3 tie.
And they didn't get the touchdown they're looking for, but when you get that good field position, it's all about executing. And again, remember, this game is going to be a tough ball game. With both defenses playing at such a high level, these offenses just have to protect the football, get points when they can, and then force the other team to make mistakes. Cardinal Gibbons there. Again, the offensive line, a couple plays where they protected up front. On that third down, they didn't. They have to find a way to really seal things up, especially on their double team blocks.
Well, 3 points is probably not what Cardinal Gibbons was seeking out when that drive began with that shanked punt. But points on the board nevertheless. And points against this Leesville Road defense. Tough for anybody to come by this year. But a clutch field goal knocked in by Hastings. And it's a 3-3 tie.
For the Leesville defense, that's a win. Getting off the field, of course, you want the turnover, but getting off the field, forcing a field goal, especially when the opposing offense is starting with that good of a spot, they did their job.
So here's the Open Door kickoff. Open Door, the new way to sell your home. 3-3 tie, a little more than midway through this first half. And here's a directional kick. Taken around the 25-yard line and down to a knee. And that's where this drive will begin. Josiah Gary kneeling it down. Well, when we came on the air, Jay, we were spotlighting players like Nasir Winston and Jake Taylor, and haven't really seen the offense kind of looking their way yet. But now we're talking about the fifth or so possession for both teams. Do you expect that to change?
I think they've got to find a way to get them in one-on-one situations. Misdirection, get them the ball out in the perimeter. Those are your two best weapons on both sides. So they've got to get them the ball, give them opportunities.
And Murray had that pass tipped away.
I'll tell you, a lot of credit has to go to the secondaries. They've been spot on with the wide receiver groups and tight ends, and there hasn't been a lot of room to operate for each quarterback.
Second and 10. Murray hands it off. Tough yardage, not much up the middle, a couple of yards for DJ Scott.
Stone King and Johnston will stop.
Well, here's Pierce Johnson, Joshua Stone King right up the middle, and just getting push right there. There was nowhere to go for Scott. He got what he could. This defensive line again forcing another third down.
Again, trying to follow his lead blocker, Gabe Simpkins, but the trouble is Simpkins hadn't cleared out enough area for Scott to sneak through. 8 yards to go on third down as we go below 5 minutes in the first half. Scott bounces back to the middle, hard yards. He needs a couple more for the first down. He might have it. That is going to be very close, and almost all of that yardage came after contact.
Gibbons brought the blitz. We'll see here Scott going away from it, and then look at him kind of pinball here and then finish off this run to make it so close. But look at the fight. Try to pick it up.
Well, that's a Wake Tech first down. Lead the way, Wake Tech. Couple yards on first down, now close to the 40-yard line. Scott for a couple of more.
Both offenses really relying on the running game. At what point do you try to attack the secondary here and try to take a shot for the big play? Both are being very content running the football.
Issue there on the exchange between the quarterback Murray and DJ Scott. Murray was looking one way. Scott might have been lined up on the wrong side, but either way, kind of a busted play. So he turns right, and Scott was on the backside and nowhere for Will Murray to go.
So it's going to be a power to the left. Right, the miscommunication. Now another 3rd and 7 here on the last third down. They ran the ball on 3rd and 8. We'll see here if they go back in the running game.
DJ Scott, who ran for those tough yards, is not on the field on this third down play. Play action, pressure coming. Murray roams to the sideline, and he's forced out of bounds by Jackson Fortney. And well short to the first down, and really nowhere for Murray to go. Wasn't going to sell out his body. And Leesville Road wasn't the prettiest offensive possession there. They will booted away.
Murray protecting the football, getting what you can. And then Fortney, the Sam linebacker, showing off his speed, forcing Murray to go out of bounds.
So 3:42 to play in this first half, 3-3 tie. And we'll see the fourth punt of the evening by Tyler Graham. Now the last one was his worst one. He gets this one away downfield, but it goes into his own sideline. So he's a bit overcompensated on that last punt compared to the previous. And in a game that's going to be low scoring, defensive oriented, where special teams are going to be critical, yeah, they're going to need number 42 to figure things out before this game is over, because you're not conceding 15, 25 yards of field position. And let's go down to the sideline. Here's Maryland. Maryland.
Quarterback Connor Clark, one of the youngest members of this Cardinal Gibbons offense, was being encouraged by Stephen Wright on the bench, despite the fact that they haven't been able to get across the goal line yet. Wright telling him, "You're making good decisions. We're going to keep working through this. You're doing the right things." He said that Clark's really done a nice job developing the way he distributes the ball, even as he continues to grow up this fall.
Boy, fortunate moment there for Cardinal Gibbons. That little swing out pass looking for Raphael was beyond the line of his scrimmage. That was close to being a lateral. Incomplete pass, second down.
And they've really focused on trying to get the ball to Raphael. We've seen a couple runs, also the swing passes to the outside. So he's a big part of this game plan, an athletic player. Also blocking tonight. We've seen him out on the perimeter doing that. He's a very versatile performer.
But if you're a Cardinal Gibbons fan, you're saying, hey, where is Jake Taylor in our offensive game plan? Number 8. 2nd and 10. They will hand it off. This is Raphael bouncing wide, finds his seam, and there's the acceleration. Inside the 30 goes Blake Raphael, angle out of bounds inside the 20.
There is a flag down at the 48.
Penalty marker down, and the Pride indicating this one's coming back.
Holding is the call against the Crusaders.
And holding against Cardinal Gibbons negates another big play, and doesn't look like Stephen Wright agrees.
We'll see here up front as Raphael goes through. The line just holding on. And it looked like, we didn't see it up front, maybe out on the outside. They called on a stock block. We couldn't see it there with the O-line pushing towards the left on his zone play. We'll see if we can see it. Didn't see a lot there on the outside either.
Well, whatever it was, knocks it all the way back to the 44-yard line on the other side of the 50. And no such luck this time as Raphael gets another call. He will lose a couple of yards. Mickle, number 58, on the tackle.
Mickle is a really good player, right in the interior of the defense. Big number 58, we've called his name a couple times. He's the important piece on this 3-4 defense to really control the middle of the offensive line there again, shooting into the backfield.
Need to reach the Pride 47-yard line. 3rd down and 11, inside 3 minutes for the half. 3-3 tie. Clark to the right sideline, has a man. The ball was incomplete. In and out of the hands of Shotwell. Had a step on his defender. It was a pretty well thrown ball, but it's incomplete. And 4th down again for Gibbons.
Well, there was the protection up front. Clark had time to throw it. That was right there, and that's one in a close ball game like this with really good defenses. You've got to make that catch.
It has to be caught. Instead of a 1st down with a chance to grab the lead before halftime, you're now punting for the 5th time in this first half. So Hastings stands at his own 28, gets it off, and hangs it back, and a fair catch is made back at the 20-yard line by Drew Thomas. So Leesville Road will have one more crack here before halftime. And a reminder, stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report will have this week's Riddle and Brantley Scholar athletes. We'll have interviews with participating school principals, highlights, and a whole lot more. Don't wait to vaccinate. Find a COVID-19 vaccine location near you at myspot.nc.gov. Well, it is homecoming weekend here at Cardinal Gibbons, also family weekend, and they are getting ready for the homecoming festivities. The court will be announced at halftime, and right now they're hoping that it's going to be a 3-3 tie at the break, and see if the Crusader defense can hold stiff here. First down carry for Jay Snelling. He had one of the biggest offensive plays of this first half that set up the Leesville Road field goal.
Leesville here going slow, content with using this clock.
Well, remember earlier in the first half, Cardinal Gibbons burned through a couple of timeouts. One was a personnel issue, and they don't have 3 timeouts to stop the clock and get the ball back here. So you can be pretty conservative if you're the Pride. Pass through traffic and through the hands of Nico Sanye, incomplete. That will stop the clock, though, and brings up 3rd down.
Well, and now here, if you get a stop, you can call the timeout, and you're going to give your offense an opportunity, potentially with pretty good field position, to get one more drive before the half. It's going to be huge here for this Leesville offense to try to pick this up.
Yeah, that's the danger now. Are you going to throw on 3rd down with Will Murray? If it's incomplete, you're punting, the clock is stopped, and Cardinal Gibbons would still have 1 timeout. Or you played a little bit more conservatively, deep in your own territory, at least force them to call the timeout and see if they can move down the field against a great defense. What's the play call here out of the pistol? And they will keep it on the ground, and this is Snelling. And Snelling, first down yardage and more for Leesville Road. Penalty marker down, though. And will the first down carry hold up? They needed 8. Snelling got him about 14, but this one will be negated as well.
And the Gibbons defense brought the blitz. They loaded things up. Frustration for Leesville there. They thought they had the crease, but with this holding call, we've seen penalties really starting to creep up here and add up for both sides, impacting the game. All right, here's the run off the left side of the line of scrimmage. And it looks like right there, Carter Scarce going against Bo Atkinson. That's where the hold is.
So the clock at 1:43, now 3rd down and 14 for the Pride. They were willing to run on 3rd and 8. I would imagine they're probably still willing to run on 3rd and 14, especially backed up to their own 15-yard line. And they will keep it on the ground. Snelling again, fighting through, and he's out to the 25 toward the sideline. Good run, but still short to the first down and out of bounds.
25, Jay Snelling with a nice run for the Pride, takes it out to the...
So the Pride will be short. This will be 4th down now.
4th and 4 for the Pride.
And late onto the field comes the punt team for Leesville Road.
Well, and now here for Leesville, this is where you trust your defense. Obviously, you need to pick up that first down. You keep the ball on the ground, play it conservatively, but you put your faith that this defense of yours can close things out as you go to the halftime break.
This is also one of those moments, Jay, they need to lean on Tyler Graham, their punter. It's going to be a fake. Snap is taken by the up man. They need a couple of yards. Spinning forward and knocked down right at the 30-yard line. And I don't think that Tyler Lassiter and Leesville Road got it. They needed 3.
Inside the 30-yard line.
And the defense for Cardinal Gibbons on the field, they may need to bring out the chains here. This is very, very close. And what a gamble here on 4th and 3 with 1.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Well, here it is. Jackson Fortney coming over with Drew Thomas as well. We'll see where this ball goes down. But how about the backside of the defense for Gibbons staying at home and being disciplined?
Well, it depends where forward progress was halted because, Lassiter was still trying to charge forward as he was driven back inside the 30, and he did not get a very favorable spot. And we'll see. Cardinal Gibbons will let you know if they stopped him or not. And they did not. By the nose of the football, the dice rolled by Ben Colstad, and the discussion now with a couple of the officials there. And let's go back downstairs to Maryland.
When we talked to Ben Colstad before the Leesville Road first first game that we had here on Friday Night Rivals, he said confidently our opponents this season will have to honor the fake. He has a lot of confidence in his ability to execute what they just did here.
So just by the nose, a Wake Tech first down. Still 2 timeouts left, and now sliding out of trouble is Will Murray. And let's see now if Leesville Road takes a timeout. I'll tell you what, Ben Colstad's reaction after the first down was granted, I hesitated. I'm like, did I not see what I thought I saw? He was pretty irate, probably just with the spot of the football, I would imagine. But his reaction told me that maybe they didn't get it. But they did, and now we're inside a minute.
Well, and how about the aggressive mindset there? To go for it, having confidence that you can get in getting it. And now here, looks like they're just going to let this clock melt down to the halftime break. But that was huge, not giving this Gibbons offense another opportunity.
After a loss of 5, and now they keep it on the ground with Snelling. I mean, it's a bit puzzling to me because if all you're trying to do is keep the ball out of the hands of the offense of the Crusaders, who haven't moved the football anyway in this first half, as Cardinal Gibbons takes a timeout, the risk-reward of a fake punt not working and giving Gibbons the football at around, the 30-yard line is perplexing to me. Otherwise, just punt it down the field, trust your defense with a minute and change left, and take the risk out of the equation.
Well, I think the mindset, on that play too, is if you feel really good about a play, you figure that you can get an explosive play on special teams. It's very, very dangerous, and what you said is true. The risk isn't worth the reward. But I'll tell you, that play was sniffed out by Cardinal Gibbons. Even though they picked it up, Gibbons was in the perfect spot.
Again, I mean, you could be right that maybe they expected that if it's going to work, it's going to work big.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would expect a follow-up of a couple of passing plays here once you get the first down. That's not what we've seen.
Because you don't get a big gain from that if you're not gonna use that fake to your advantage.
So the Crusaders are now out of timeouts. Pride still have 2. And Will Murray back from a visit with his head coach on the sideline. Now this is 3rd and 17. So again, kind of the same situation here. If you pass, the clock is going to stop. You'll be forced to punt it away. If you keep it on the ground, at least you control the destiny of the rest of this first half. And now we see what they're going to do. The Pride simply takes a knee. So again, it does raise a larger question mark to me about calling the fake punt there. Now you lose the element of surprise the second half if you really wanted to use it at a critical juncture. But I'm not paid to make these decisions. They are. And the clock will wind down, and as will this very defensively entertaining first half.
Both defenses playing at such a high level, and it's great to see these teams leading with their defense. So many times we see offenses running all over the field, but there's a reason both these teams have championship aspirations, because they play special teams, offense, and they lead with their defense.
So Cardinal Gibbons, Leesville Road, top of the table in the Cap 6. 3-3 is our halftime score. Both teams exchanged a second quarter field goal. And again, we haven't seen the major offensive explosive plays. You see a couple here or there, but penalties have knocked back many of these. As you get a look at Will Murray coming off the field for Leesville Road. DJ Scott has not had a huge first half. We haven't seen anything yet from Jake Taylor, the celebrated tight end for Cardinal Gibbons, but that's what the second half is for. That's when the stars show up. And let's go downstairs to Marilyn Payne.
Coach, I heard you say at multiple points you like the offensive play calls and you think your quarterback is making pretty smart decisions. Where is the problem then in your offense not being able to get across the goal line?
Well, we're just having a little bit of trouble moving the ball on the ground right now. So they're good up front. We knew that coming in. They've got a 4-star defensive end and some talented guys in that box. So we're having a little bit of trouble getting some movement up front, but pretty pleased overall. Obviously, we want to score points. We've missed a couple things. We've had 2 drop balls we felt like could have been good. We ripped off a long run there, and it was called back for holding. So we just got to clean a couple things up, but we're pretty pleased so far.
Defensively, your unit holding Leesville Road also out of the end zone. How do you assess what they've done so far?
Yeah, we've been solid up front. I mean, we knew this was going to be a battle of the line of scrimmage. And, we've got a talented group on our defensive side of the ball, and they've done a great job. And so we got a 3-3 ball game, and should be fun the second half.
Thanks. We'll let you go talk to your team.
Thank you.
Back to you, Patrick.
All right, thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Coach Wright. Stay tuned. The myspot.nc.gov halftime report coming up. It's homecoming weekend in Raleigh. Cardinal, Gibbons, and Leesville Road tied 3-3.
Whatever the crime.
You never come to work thinking you're going to see something like that.
Whatever the motive.
If he couldn't have her, no one was going to have her.
Whatever it takes, answers to mysteries will be revealed.
The question is, who's going to benefit by these two deaths?
I remember falling to the floor. He was finally caught.
On Dateline.
Weekdays at 11 on MyRDC 28.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals, and laughter. Because $1 from every shakaroni goes to charity. That's pizza with a purpose.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Riddle & Brantley, we offer a free consultation and no fees unless we win your case. Call us today to help protect your future. Riddle & Brantley, when justice counts.
This week on Community Matters, it's the Parade of Homes. If you're looking for a new home or ideas and inspiration for your current home, this show's for you.
Watch Community Matters every Saturday morning at 6:30.
A+ Tree and Crane Services has been Raleigh's top tree service since 1996. That's more than 20 years of serving our neighbors. Whether it's helping your family or business recover from a natural disaster, or simply the threat of rotting wood, we guarantee you the safest, most professional experience possible. When it comes to our work, the safety of both our customers and employees are of the utmost importance. So when C+ doesn't cut it, call A+ for the best tree service in Central North Carolina.
Welcome back to the myspot.nc.gov halftime report here on Friday Night Rivals. Cardinal Gibbons hosting Leesville Road. It's 3-3, and it's right now time for the Riddle & Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week. Presenting the awards for Riddle & Brantley is Christina Stone.
Riddle & Brantley is proud to present the Friday Night Rivals Riddle & Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week. From Leesville Road High School, the Riddle & Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Drew Thomas. Drew is a 3-year varsity football letterman, second-team all-conference, a varsity baseball standout, and carries a 4.45 GPA. Drew also volunteers for his church and the YMCA. From Cardinal Gibbons High School, the Riddle & Brantley Scholar Athlete of the Week is Stephanie Burgess. Stephanie is an All-American swimmer, a school record holder in the 400 freestyle relay, and carries a 4.93 GPA. Stephanie is a member of the National Honor Society and Spanish Honor Society, volunteers at church camps, soup kitchens, and plays the piano at senior living homes. Stephanie has committed to the Boston College swim team.
Riddle & Brantley is proud to be a sponsor of the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Congratulations to these All-Stars, and good luck on your eligibility for a $5,000 scholarship at the end of the season.
Riddle & Brantley. Injured in an accident? Call Riddle & Brantley when justice counts.
Thanks so much to Riddle & Brantley for their support of our Scholar Athletes all season long here on Friday Night Rivals. Earlier tonight, I had the opportunity to talk with Melissa D. Hall of Hall Insurance Group. Hear from her now about why it's so important for her to support us on FNR. I'm here with Melissa D. Hall of Hall Insurance Group. You know her as Medicare Mel. Why is it so important for Hall Insurance Group to be involved with us on Friday Night Rivals, in particular this week?
Well, we're just so excited to support the community and the kids here at Gibbons.
So what is it that you want people to know about Hall Insurance Group right now?
Well, what I want people to know right now is that if you are a senior, if you are on Medicare, open enrollment for Medicare starts next week, next Friday, October 15th. You have a short window until December 7th, so call us at the Hall Insurance Group, 919-944-4515, so we can go ahead and get you updated on the new changes to Medicare this year.
Awesome. Melissa, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome, and good luck to everyone tonight.
Thanks again to Melissa and the Hall Insurance Group. Stay with us on Friday Night Rivals. This is the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. We'll be right back with more after the break.
You know that fresh made-to-order salad you've been craving? What if you could get it with fire-roasted corn, crispy tortilla strips, and Southwest ranch dressing? That's what we call the Southwest Salad. It's brand new, and it's only at Zaxby's. Redeem rewards, scan to pay, order ahead on the Zaxby's app.
We all wear multiple hats. A different hat for every job. At Wake Tech, we have multiple hats too. From welding, to construction management, to baking, to public safety. Wake Tech can help you determine which hat fits you best. Visit Wake Tech online or in person and try one on for size. Wake Tech. Success starts here.
If you need $640 or $850, up to $2,500, just go to
WeFixMoney.com
and get the money you need as soon as tomorrow. WeFixMoney.com is free to use and available 24/7, and you don't need perfect credit. Go to WeFixMoney.com right now, and we'll guarantee that in 2 minutes, you'll find out if you're approved for a loan of up to $2,500. Money you could get by tomorrow. Go to WeFixMoney.com.
Modern Mechanical, your go-to people.
Trained comfort specialists, professional consultants, trained technicians, residential replacement, commercial construction, and excellent customer support. Call Modern Mechanical because it's hard to stop a train and because
We are
your go-to. Call today or visit modernmechhvac.com.
Imagine a salad made with fresh-cut vegetables and warm hand-breaded chicken. Does that even exist? Not yet, because we don't make it until you order it. Try the new Southwest Salad, only at Zaxby's. Order on your favorite delivery app.
Welcome back to the myspot.nc.gov halftime report here on Friday Night Rivals. We are at Cardinal Gibbons High School. Leesville Road is in town, and it is a knotted 3-3 ball game right now. I am thrilled to be joined by Jeff Bell, who is the head of school here at Gibbons. Now, Jeff, you told me earlier you just came down to Cardinal Gibbons from Chicago in May of 2020. So what has it been like now that things are back to mostly normal to see Cardinal Gibbons in full capacity?
It's been an incredible experience. It's a great school. I'm so blessed and happy to be here. An environment like tonight, I think, is the biggest crowd we've ever had. I think really shows who we really are as a community and as a school. Faith, service, and leadership is our mission, and it's so nice to host a wonderful place like Leesville Road and a good night of football, and I'm just thankful that the rain stayed away.
Hey, me too. Now, it's Parents' Night. We've got alumni back for you all since it's homecoming. What are the things that Cardinal Gibbons has highlighted all week long outside of athletics?
So obviously we're known for our academics, and so that's kind of our bread and butter, and of course our faith life. And so those are the two things we've really been focusing on throughout the course of the week. Obviously it's the end of the quarter too, so we had lots of tests leading up to our homecoming and our big game tonight. And so that's what we've been up to, and obviously tonight's all about fun, and that's what it's been so far.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot here. It's 3-3 now. What's your final score prediction for this game tonight?
Well, I hope we can take it in a squeaker, but this is a really good team, but I hope we come out on top.
All right, well, way to avoid that one, and we'll give you the easy pass. Thank you for spending time with us. Welcome to North Carolina in real world. Jeff Bell, the head of school here at Cardinal Gibbons High School. Stay with us on Friday Night Rivals. This is the myspot.nc.gov halftime report. It's 3-3, and we'll be back with more action after the break.
Snooze, you lose. Need a little extra incentive to get up in the morning? Come to McDonald's and get a fluffy folded egg, savory sausage, melty American cheese, all nestled in griddle cakes. It's a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles for just $2. Breakfast, it's on at McDonald's. Get it via drive-thru or curbside pickup with mobile order and pay.
Patrick Swayze.
Dirty Dancing.
I'm going to set the opening bid. Party. Confetti.
Store Bullseye.
Target. This is a show where every word counts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wild Dog.
Wolf.
Weeknights at 11 on MyRDC 28.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
All rise.
You want him to pay $628?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, knock my socks off.
Daytime Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Pay her her money. Pay it now.
Judge Ross is back with all new cases.
Prove your case.
Before I broke out the window.
Stop.
And the same attitude.
I'm confused. Unconfuse me.
America's Court with Judge Ross.
Your matter's dismissed. Case closed.
New episodes coming this fall.
Hey, Gunner, guess what? I just got a foster family.
Oh, that's great, Lily. How'd they find you?
Through Cause for Pause. Apparently it was pretty easy.
Huh, I wonder why I never get picked.
Aw, someone will pick you soon.
No, they won't.
Maybe you just need some pizzazz. Something that makes you pop.
Like this?
Our halftime score as we are back on the campus of Cardinal Gibbons. And we build this game as one of the most important ones statewide. It's lived up to the billing, especially defensively. Both teams exchanging a field goal in the second quarter. 3-3 at Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons. And each week during halftime of our Friday Night Rivals broadcast, MyRDC will be showcasing outstanding Thursday night lights and Friday Night Rivals game highlights from all across the country. So here are some of those great highlights from last week's action.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard pass play. Another fake, it's Destin Wade, but he pitches to Keaton. The twin telepathy goes through, and Keaton Wade scores.
It's a touchdown and extra point away from losing this game, so Arsenal gets the kick out of it. Pretty good one.
That's off a foot, and how many times? Watch out.
He's
it's
gone.
Ignore. It's a touchdown.
Look his direction, and now Whitfield extending the play, throws, and that is intercepted, and what a grab. Unbelievable extension on that play.
Not a great sign, but they're going to try to turn around. Williams with the inside pitch this time. That's actually a pass, and he did not go down. He had a hand on the ground. This may be a problem. This may be a problem. He's got one man behind him. He's going to veer off a little bit, but Antonio Williams is going to walk away and strike up the band for the Dutchport Silver Foxes.
I would Hail Mary it at this point. Whitlock is going to keep it.
Whitlock has received. Devin Whitlock all the way for the touchdown.
Right, and curve it in.
Here it goes on the way. Oh, close.
He made it.
He made it. Are you kidding me? Helm. He scored on a touchdown earlier, and he does it again. And Mount Ridge wins the game in overtime. Those were some incredible highlights from last week's games, and sadly in a 3-3 game, Jay, we don't have anything like that through the first 24 minutes, but it's been entertaining, defensive-oriented football as we take a look at some highlights from the first half.
The defensive lines have made some huge plays, and early on here, the big run by Snelling of Leesville is what really broke them through to get that initial drive, to get the field goal and get on the board. And here they got the lead in a tough atmosphere on the road. They struck first, and both sides, though, really kind of trying to find a way to gain some chemistry on the offensive end. There was Dozier going through there, beating his block up front to get in the backfield.
So this is a 37-yard field goal by Ethan Hastings to draw Cardinal Gibbons level. That was at the 5:39 mark of the second quarter, and that would be it. And well, these are some anemic offensive numbers from a pair of offenses we expected traditionally over the course of this season to put us in pretty monster numbers.
But you got to give credit to both defensives, because the way they've been playing has been so physical, and these offenses have had a tough time. Now, here in the second half, what are the adjustments that the offense is going to make? I think they've got to test the secondary and at least try to give themselves some room to operate. Both sides are loading the boxes, but defenses have won so far.
All right, 5 combined penalties, but many of those penalties have been critically timed and brought back big plays. So 143 total yards combined, and we are 3-3 at halftime. Leesville Road will get the football to begin the third quarter, which is on the way from packed Cardinal Gibbons High School. We are tied, Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons.
Mark your calendar, check the days. The amazing Rooms to Go fall sale is going on now, and thousands of shoppers are getting huge fall sale savings on great-looking living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, and more. Plus, to make buying even easier, there's 60-month interest-free financing. That's right, you get both. Low sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. So hurry to the Rooms to Go fall sale today for great-looking furniture and low sale prices.
When you see a young person grow and a young person change, that you mold in the best way that you can, giving them the values, the morals, the ideals that you think will put them in the best position to succeed as a person, that's mentoring, that's teaching, and that's love. Big brothers, big sisters exist because there are children in need of that special one-on-one time, and you can fill that space. An hour a week is all it takes to have an impact on a child's life.
In a year like no other, this courtroom is hot.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I'm glad that you understand. Just, I don't need you to validate me. Let me just make my point. You had said at the outset was we always had a troubled relationship. You're like, no, she was really kind. But then she just started being herself and destroying her own property.
I opened up my doors to her
That is
and
not
her
true
2
at
daughters.
all. I gave him rent. I have proof. I think I should write.
Okay. It's a hot bench of a season. Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on MyRDC 28.
You just want to meet your new niece.
Here she is.
But if slow upload speeds were to freeze your face and you accidentally snub a newborn,
Nothing is ever good enough for you.
just remember, you're not a bad sister.
This is going to be a problem.
You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 25 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get AT&T Fiber. Plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877 only ATT.
The second half is set to kick off here on Friday Night Rivals. Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons tied 3-3. Leesville Road head coach Ben Colstad here with me. Coach, how do you get your offense across the goal line in the second half?
We need to start with better field position. So the whole second quarter, we're backed inside of our 25. Our defense is playing great. We might score defensively. We're going to keep it close and have a chance at the end. That's what we're trying to do.
Cap 6, we know this is what we get. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Back to you, Patrick, in the booth. Let's start the second half off.
Still out, Maryland. Thank you to Ben Colstad, who's a native of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Went to Wisconsin River Falls. He's the son of a football coach and a grandson of a football coach, and he's going to have to lean on that experience here, just like in the old days when it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust. The 3-3 game at halftime was a high-scoring affair back in the 40s and the 50s. And that's what we're staring down the barrel at right now as we get ready for this third quarter of action. All right, Jay, so we've heard from both coaches. We've witnessed the first half. If you're coaching both of these teams, what are some of the adjustments you're making to change things up?
Well, first of all, on defense, I'd say let's do the exact same thing, the same performance, so no adjustments for both coaches on the defensive side. Now, on the offensive side, what I'm doing is, all right, who's my best offensive players? For Leesville, it's Nasir Winston. I'm finding a way to get him the ball. For Cardinal Gibbons, I think you've got to get the ball to Jake Taylor and Raphael. Those have been your two guys. Now, Taylor doesn't have a catch yet, but Stephen Wright has that weapon, especially in the red zone, but over the middle of the field, Taylor with his size, 6'5", and the speed to beat linebackers, that's a guy they've got to get the ball to. And then also, both coaches have to talk to their offensive line, and that's an adjustment at the halftime break. Hey, guys, we've got to be able to throw the ball. O-line, we need time.
All right, Leesville Road in the white uniforms, the blue and green helmets. Cardinal Gibbons in the green and gold, and the Crusaders will kick it off. And ready for the open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home. So here we go, 24 minutes to pay dirt in the inside track to the Cap 6 title. Cardinal Gibbons and Leesville Road. And again, we didn't see 100 total yards of offense combined between these teams the first half. And we will see Leesville open up this third quarter after a touchback. So Ben Colstad mentioned, he's leaning hard on his defense. He knows defense or special teams or a turnover probably will kind of write the final chapter here in this game. He loves his defense. Can he get enough out of Will Murray and DJ Scott? Certainly we saw Scott for about I'd say 60% of the offensive plays out on the field. Didn't see a lot going Nasir Winston's way or Ian Westbrook's way offensively. We'll see if that changes in the opening possession of this second half. Drive begins at the 20. And a first down carry, bounce into the outside is DJ Scott. And there's a Crusader defensive lineman who just kind of had a fistful of jersey to prevent Scott from breaking free. A couple of yard gain.
Donovan Dozier over on that left defensive end position. We've called his name a couple times with a huge sack there. Just kind of using that right arm to push the O-lineman inside. Kept that left arm free, and he made the play.
He's had an impactful first half of this game. Number 45 for Cardinal Gibbons. Called a gain of 1. 2 receivers across the formation. 2nd and 9 for Leesville Road. And the stretch handoff once again. Scott. We've seen Scott very effective after the first hit, but not here. 4 green jerseys. Hem him in. A couple of yard gain for Scott. And he's got a little bit irritated. He was not let off of the turf right there by Savoy New.
There's Dozier on the backside. Carter Scarson also coming up and run support. Savoy New, the weak side linebacker, filling the gap.
Look at New in there trying to dig that football out of his hands. So 3rd down and 6. We've seen a lot of these situations in the first half for both of these teams. And frankly, neither team all that interested in really taking shots downfield on 3rd and moderate. We'll see if that changes here for Murray. No ball, back on the ground. Scott looking for room around the corner, and he will, after taking that shoulder hit, dive beyond the 30-yard line, and that will be just enough for a Pride first down.
And Gabe Simpkins, the H-back, number 30, he's going to lead the way. See number 30 clear out block right there, just enough, and then Scott getting to the outside. This Leesville offense line just getting enough of a push and creating the outside lane for Scott to go down that alley and get it.
It'll be a Hall Insurance first down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. A couple of minutes gone by, 3rd quarter. First down, Leesville Road, and this one is tracked down behind the line of scrimmage. Couple of yard loss. And that's Ethan Grace, number 13, in on that tackle for a loss.
This is a physical secondary for Cardinal Gibbons. Their scares going up the middle, and then Grace cleaning things up. That was huge for this defense. On first down, you get a tackle for loss and now make it 2nd and 14, where Leesville's in a position where they're going to have to throw the ball. Watch the screen here.
And Westbrook, the slot to the bottom of your screen. Winston up top on 2nd and long. Looking both ways, in trouble. The pocket collapses, and down goes Murray, sacked for the first time today. And once again, Donovan Dozier for Cardinal Gibbons.
What an impressive performance here tonight. Dozier again on that left defensive end spot, winning, beating the block, and then look at him kind of curl back inside the pocket, collapse down. Murray had nowhere to go. It was the hustle of Dozier to create the play.
So a loss of 2, 3rd and 16 now for Leesville Road. And remember, Leesville Road, the last 3 times they've had options to punt, 2 have been very short. The 3rd was a fake in their own territory. They can't have a great deal of trust right now in their punt game. 3rd and 15 for the Pride. Room up the middle, weaving forward, Snelling to about the 34, but he's going to be well short of the first down. And the Crusaders achieve what they needed coming out of halftime.
On 3rd and long, usually you don't bring the blitz and load things up, but Gibbons was predicting the run. Gave up 8 yards there, but did a nice job bringing it down. And now this defense, they've been physical all night long, but here on this drive, they got the tackles for loss, the sacks, and that was huge for them to get off the field.
And now will they come hard after Tyler Graham? They do not. The kick is on the way. And this one will head to the right sideline. And again, it's a short kick that goes right into the Crusader bench, marked out at the 41-yard line. So at least no return for the Crusaders, but the struggles continue for Tyler Graham. Crusader football in a 3-3 tie, early 3rd when we come back.
We all wear multiple hats, a different hat for every job. At Wake Tech, we have multiple hats too, from welding to construction management to baking to public safety. Wake Tech can help you determine which hat fits you best. Visit Wake Tech online or in person and try one on for size. Wake Tech. Success starts here.
We develop quality citizens who keep our core, our country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
3-3 tie, early third quarter, and a reminder, stay tuned during the fourth quarter, and we will have the Honda dealers of the Carolinas scoring drive of the game. See your Honda dealer of the Carolinas today. And right now, two at the top of the podium are field goals. We hope that changes here in this third quarter as Cardinal Gibbons goes on offense for the first time in this second half. And they keep it on the ground for a couple yards to the right. And Bo Atkinson, number 5, once again slowing things down for Donovan Shepard in the Crusader offense.
And Atkinson, 6'6", those long arms, so much potential. He's committed to North Carolina. He's the guy that's going to continue to get faster and bigger, put more weight on that frame once he gets to the college level.
Connor Clark, quarterback for Cardinal Gibbons, hands off one more time. Shepard strung up in the backfield and spun down back inside the 40. And once again, Bo Atkinson, of course, he's in on every defensive play, particularly when the Crusaders keep it on the ground.
And he's forcing double teams on him, and there he comes over. Logan Bauer as well. Those guys working as a tandem to create the loss.
I mean, it's as if Bo Atkinson has read the playbook for Cardinal Gibbons. I mean, one-on-one, two-on-one, he's still breaking free, forcing the action the other way, but the pursuit has been constant with number 5, whose lineup is the right defensive end in a 2-point stance, and here he comes. Third down and 12. And a pass across the middle, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Looking for Jake Taylor. First time, I think, all game a pass has been thrown his way. And this guy not only has Division I aspirations at Duke, but a potential NFL future. And it looked like a pretty good ball.
It was right there over the middle as a post route. It looked like it just kind of hit him in the shoulder pad. And maybe the hand got in there from Leesville, but the protection up front was there for Clark. And that's the play again. It's been so tough on third downs. They're an opportunity they just couldn't execute.
He's bracketed again. Jacob Leo might have gotten a fingernail on that one as Cardinal Gibbons punts it away. Fair catch signaled for and made right around the 25-yard line. So fair field position for Leesville Road. 3-3 tie as we get almost midway through this third quarter. And a reminder that tonight's game is powered by United Rentals, building futures together. All right, Jay. Well, we've seen one possession aside here in this third quarter. Not a lot has changed.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. It's almost like both coaches feel more comfortable with their defense out on the field and putting faith that their defense can create a turnover. And really, on the offensive side, which side can create a big play, but also you've got to protect the ball. That's got to be the focus.
And this may be the first time all game we've seen Leesville Road throw it on first down, and it's Nasir Winston on that left sideline. At least a different look for the Crusader defense.
And you've got to have the threat of the pass. I mean, both sides, the secondary, everybody is looking in the backfield because they're playing the run. So getting Winston involved here on first down, should be a key here for this offense.
I mean, Winston's a guy averaging about 21 yards per reception. They look his way again. A quick shake up the left sideline, and again, get the football in your playmakers' hands because it might to win this game, you might just need one more score.
Well, all you need is one to pop. You just need one explosive play to get the ball over in the side of the red zone, and right there, gain the ball to him. You see, he doesn't have much room to operate, but he did the job to get the first down.
All right, Hall Insurance first down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. So 2 quick hookups with Winston. First down, Leesville Road at the 35-yard line and back on the ground. And this is Snelling. And once again, the Crusader defense up to the task. Ryan Ziegler and company there. Let's go back down to the sideline in Maryland.
Stephen Wright knows that for a long time, Cardinal identity was about its offense, but he says that this Cardinal Gibbons defense is as large a part of the identity as the program as anything else is, in large part because of defensive coordinator Nick Drew. He joined the staff after graduating from and playing with the Campbell Camels in 2016. He's a young guy, and Wright believes that because he's so young and he's so relatable, the energy that he brings to this defense makes these defensive players really want to go play for Drew. Wright says that his defense is relentless, but the slogan that Nick Drew himself uses is "Stay dangerous." And to this point, we've seen the Crusaders do just that.
They jam up the sideline again. Another little wide receiver screen brings up third down for Leesville Road. Thanks so much, Maryland, for that. So we are seeing a little bit of a change up here from Leesville Road, but Cardinal Gibbons has adjusted, and it's third down and about 9.
Well, Gibbons on third downs have brought the blitz. We'll see here if they bring the extra defender. Number 2, Carter Scarce, dropping back here, only rushing 4.
Did not unlock his eyes off of that receiver, Nasir Winston, but overshot him into double coverage, and that will bring up fourth down. So a little bit of a shift in terms of offensive philosophical change for Leesville Road, but as elite defenses do, they make those quick adjustments and are only vulnerable for a play or two. And another punt here for Leesville Road, and we'll see how Tyler Graham fares this time. Snap is high, and Graham gets one off, and it checks up on him right around the 30-yard line. Ball loose. I don't believe Cardinal Gibbons touched it. It was initially touched by Leesville Road, then it rolled back to one of the up men for the Crusaders. This will be Cardinal Gibbons football.
As Bo Atkinson doesn't come off the field, playing on special teams as well, hustling down the field. We'll see if it's touched. Touched first by Leesville. There's a knee of Gibbons.
Yeah, but I tell you what, for Cardinal Gibbons, Oliver Evans has to get out of the way right there. There's no useful purpose for him being where he was. He wasn't the original punt returner. And don't put yourself in position where something could go vastly awry in a 3-3 game here in the third quarter. So Cardinal Gibbons back on the field. Connor Clark, a play fake, and he'll swing out, and that was just a flat-out drop in the flat by Blake Raphael. He was trying to make a move and see where the defenders were before he looked that ball in. Incomplete.
A couple of times now for Gibbons, we've seen them drop some balls, and this is an opportunity right here on the outside. There's some room to operate. It's so tough, though. You see that the ball is just kind of hanging in the air, and you want to run, but you've got to focus on it, bring it in, and then take off.
They flood the left side of the field. 3 receivers there. That includes Jake Taylor. And they will pass to the guy in the middle, and this is Ian Evans. And just no room there for Ian Evans. Sierra Winston was there with teammates. So we have a drop pass, a screen at the outside that goes nowhere, and it's third behind the sticks here for Cardinal Gibbons.
And how about this play by Winston, beating the block. Now for Cardinal Gibbons, you've got to stalk him on the outside. You cannot allow him just to jump to the inside and make the play. He just kind of swerved to the inside, moved his shoulder down, and was in a perfect spot to make the tackle.
So a loss of 3. Third and long. Clark in trouble, nearly lost the handle of the football, lobs it into traffic, and somehow it gets through just enough for a first down to Ian Evans. A perfectly finessed left-handed spiral in between 3 defenders. And that's just the second first down of the night for Cardinal Gibbons.
And this might be the breakthrough. Look at the hit there, pressure coming in his face, and then the ability to focus, still make the throw down there. That was huge. Evans, men all over him. He brought it down.
Penalty marker down as Shotwell made the reception there quickly as they hurried up the offense after that tremendous third down hookup. And this may be coming back against Cardinal Gibbons. And it is another hold on the Crusaders offense.
There's going to be some frustration with this penalty. I do like changing up the tempo, going fast here, trying to just get your offense going after that explosive play, playing fast and try to put this Leesville defense on their heels.
Now, Maryland was mentioning a couple of moments ago that the Crusaders have often been known for years as a major quick strike offense. They lost their star wide receiver, Jacob Gill. I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up Go Cats, that he is now excelling in his true freshman year for Pat Fitzgerald at Northwestern. And a deep ball down the middle, well overthrown. Looking one more time for Ian Evans. As a matter of fact, Gill caught his first collegiate touchdown pass just down the road a few weeks ago at Duke. But it just goes to show you how one elite offensive player can kind of change up the entire tenor of your offense the next year.
And he was such a good player for this program. He was one of those guys that could take the short pass and take it the distance. And now, 2nd and 16. On that first down play, I like the fact, though, Patrick, they took the shot. They at least tested the safeties of Leesville Road, trying to open up the middle of this field.
This has been a scoreless third quarter. It remains 3-3. Showing Blitz the pride. We'll see if they come. They rush only 3. Still enough to force Clark into an uncomfortable pass into traffic again, and it's incomplete, and there is a late marker that comes in, though. Anthony Jemerson was in the area. The pass one more time intended for Ian Evans. And it's pass interference against Leesville Road.
We'll see it here on the outside. Clark took the hit. There's a little bit of contact there. Jemerson holding his hands up as the ball got closer. But that's where they're going to get the penalty. The shoulder pad of Evans. You can see that left hand holding on to it. Good call.
Well, there have not been many moments where Cardinal Gibbons has moved the chains offensively. They will here on this pass interference. Well, let's take it back. They're going to move it now to, 2nd and 1? Now they have 3rd and 1 up on the sideline, and the markers on the field. And the official will stop play. I think they may just want to characterize as this 2nd or 3rd down. And the signal, they're going to reset the play clock. And now they have just adjusted the down marker on the sideline. That did say 3 a moment ago. Now they've shifted it back to 2nd down.
Well, 2nd down, this could be an opportunity to take a shot down the field, knowing that you've got 3rd down and try to pick up this 1 yard.
And Connor Clark hands it off. And Shepard inside the 50, fighting for a couple of extra yards. And he will have the 1st down.
Shepard just doing enough there to pick it up. Averaging over 5 yards per carry. We'll see him here just leading up front was Raphael, and then going to the outside, the patience and then the power there to throw off the defender.
So 1st down for Cardinal Gibbons. Sponsored by Hall Insurance, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. At the 46-yard line in Pride territory, 3-3 tie. 3.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Long count by Clark. Rushing 3 once again. Clark wants to throw. Tosses to the left side. A fingertip grab is made. Blake Raphael down inside the 10. That's good for 35 and a 1st down for the Crusaders.
A little zone read fake there, and then how about this throw? Perfect arc right in stride to Raphael, and then the ability to focus over your shoulder. That's the explosive play they've been meaning to do all night long. There they executed.
How can Gibbons finalize the drive? And there's a couple of yards for Shepard angling off the right side. Inside the CPI security red zone, protecting the Southeast for more than 25 years.
All right, so Patrick, you've got the big play over the top, but now you're inside the red zone. You can't come away here with the field goal and feel good. You need a touchdown if you're Cardinal Gibbons here, whatever it takes to get in the end zone.
I mean, Jay, isn't this Jake Taylor territory? The big tight end, your major weapon offensively.
Right over the middle, 6'5". Nobody can guard him. He's too fast for linebackers, too tall. And he's the guy I would highlight. We've seen him go in the slot. Here he's in line, kind of lined up in that wing position.
We'll see if Clark looks his way. He does not. Throws it back in the end zone. It's off the fingertips. Incomplete. Could have been brought in by Ian Evans. Ball came in a little high, maybe a little bit behind him. and it's third down.
It was a slant route right over the middle. There's a split from the safeties, and here it is. Ball just too high. Just sailed a little bit. How about the protection up front, though? Plenty of time for Clark to throw.
So third down for Cardinal Gibbons. Ball just outside the 10.
The safety's in cover 2. I'd go back towards the middle of the field.
Rushing 3, the Pride. Clark tosses on the run, incomplete. Over the middle looking for Shepard. And that will bring up fourth down. And that will go as another opportunity lost for Cardinal Gibbons.
The Leesville defensive line here getting pressure, forcing Clark out of the pocket, making him uncomfortable. In the secondary, they don't have to blitz, so they can sit back in coverage. They only rush 4. Wasn't a lot of room to throw for Clark once he got out to the left.
So it'll be Hastings out. This will be a 27-yard attempt. He connected from 37 in the first half, and the lead belongs to Cardinal Gibbons with 2:18 left in the third quarter. A couple of field goals from Hastings, and the Crusaders up 6-3.
Imagine being connected to and securing your entire home with a simple touch or command of your voice. Or detect an intruder before they get in. The technology connected to your home can do more than just alert you, because the most experienced team in smart security has got your back.
CPI Security. Identify yourself.
Get 40% off CPI's Essentials Plus Smart Security System and a Video Doorbell Pro free. CPI, the leader in smart home security.
A-Plus Tree and Crane Services has been Raleigh's top tree service since 1996. That's more than 20 years of serving our neighbors. Whether it's helping your family or business recover from a natural disaster, or simply the threat of rotting wood, we guarantee you the safest, most professional experience possible. When it comes to our work, the safety of both our customers and employees are of the utmost importance. So when C-Plus doesn't cut it, call A-Plus for the best tree service in Central North Carolina.
27-yard field goal by Ethan Hastings has Cardinal Gibbons in the lead for the first time tonight. Late stages, third quarter, 2:18 to play, 6-3 Crusaders. Patrick Enos along with Jay Sohnhalter. Marilyn Payne is down on the sidelines. And if you are Cardinal Gibbons and Stephen Wright, you'd certainly like more points, certainly out of that drive. But right now, as this kickoff is returned by Leesville Road, 6-3 Jade could be enough as well as your defense is playing. As we remind you that on the way, we'll have our West Shore Home Player of the Game. We will choose that in the fourth quarter tonight. West Shore Home, convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day.
Well, Stephen Wright, you've got a 3-point cushion right now. The way your defense is playing, especially with the pressure up front, you have to feel good. Of course, you want that touchdown, but you've got a lot of confidence. And for them, when they come back on offense, the focus for them is, hey, we got to just protect the ball. Let's keep moving the chains here, use this clock up. But this defense has been so impressive tonight.
Yeah, we've seen 0 turnovers by each of these teams. Though we have not really seen anybody go 70 or 80 yards for any significant points. And there's contact as DJ Scott was just beginning to accelerate off that tackle. A couple of yards for Scott.
And you know, it's tough if you're an offensive player because you're used to being scoring touchdowns all game long. Both of these teams are explosive on the offensive end, but tonight's not been their night. And the credit goes to the defense side, but you have to be patient. As we get into the fourth quarter here, you can't lose your cool. You just have to stay consistent here and try to pop a big play.
Scott did get a little more than 5. He gets the return carry on second down and is kind of leaning forward, fighting for an extra yard. And that should be good enough for a first down for DJ Scott. And it will be a first down for Scott, who comes up hobbling a little bit. And he's signaling for Jay Snelling, you're in for me. Favoring maybe an ankle, and Snelling, number 25, comes in to replace him.
It's a good 1-2 punch in the backfield with the depth with Snelling coming in. And Scott's had to fight for those yards tonight. There are a couple lanes to run through where he got the first down.
Hall Insurance first down, providing quality insurance products to our senior community. First down, they will pass it to the sideline. Winston grabs at the 32 and finds just enough of a lane down that sideline. I mean, that's not a big play, but it's a safe play. And it keeps the defense for Cardinal Gibbons honest, because if they make a mistake, he can make you pay.
And he's the guy, look at him. He's just right on the sideline, one-on-one, and he's going to get what he can, push the guy out of bounds, and that's an easy completion that you can build confidence with.
So a gain of 9. With the Crusader defense forcing Leesville Road to go up the field. A strip, though, on the reception of the sideline, and the Crusaders have it. Oliver Evans, the clean strip of Winston, who caught it on the sideline, knocked it free from his arm. It stayed in bounds, and Evans scooped it up.
Look at this, as the ball moved from the right to the left, he just stuck his arm in there and got the ball. Great job, and there's the turnover this defense was looking for.
Didn't get a lot of the football, but just enough to dislodge it out of the cradle. And the turnover belt belongs to Oliver Evans, the junior for Cardinal Gibbons. 51 seconds left, third quarter. 6-3 Crusaders.
Touchdown's my mindset if I'm a Crusader right here.
And on first down, they're looking for it right here. It's in the hands of Maverick Shotwell, close to the goal line.
I like the aggressive play call. Stephen Wright, knowing his sudden change, going for it all here. A post over the middle. Shotwell getting so close on the 1 yard line. This offense starting to get into a rhythm, and I like them attacking vertically down the field.
Oh, now it is Shotwell hopping off of the field, favoring the right leg. And down he goes. And let's hope it's a cramp, and it looks like it is. Tight formation, first and goal from the 1. The handoff, the contact, and no signal yet. And not in. And they gave it to Ryan Ziegler, the sophomore.
Just simple zone play right up the middle. Looked like the knee hit before, because it did go over the goal line, but the knee hit before.
And that will be the end of the third quarter, and Cardinal Gibbons about to ring the doorbell. A field goal just gave them the lead. A turnover and a big reception to have them down at the goal line. 6-3 Cardinal Gibbons as we head to the fourth.
My RDC Spotlight on Judge Mathis with My Story.
Everybody deserves a second chance, but you also deserve not to be taken advantage of. If you've got a family member down on their luck and you want to help them out, do it. But only if it won't put you in financial hardship. And if they say they're going to pay you back when they get their tax returns, run, because you know that's a lie.
One of the many people on My RDC giving us their My Story.
Imagine a salad made with fresh-cut vegetables and warm hand-breaded chicken. Does that even exist? Not yet, because we don't make it until you order it. Try the new Southwest Salad, only at Zaxby's. Redeem rewards, scan to pay, order ahead on the Zaxby's app.
We're down to the wire. In 4 days, the incredible Rooms to Go fall sale will end. Just 4 days remain to get the great-looking furniture you need. Easy to shop, with so many ways to save on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, kids' rooms, and more. Plus, get 60-month interest-free financing. That's right, you get both. Great sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. But only 4 days remain. The Rooms to Go fall sale ends at 9 p.m. Monday.
1, 2, 3. Check it out. Did you attack him with a chainsaw?
No.
You choked on that one. 1, 2, 3.
I'm talking about fairness.
What?
I'm talking about justice.
Oh no. You're right. I know I'm right.
That's the sound
1, 2, 3.
of justice.
So your head's gonna fall off. You keep doing that.
Hot Bench.
Weeknights at 7 and 7:30 on My RDC 28.
You know that fresh made-to-order salad you've been craving? What if you could get it with fire-roasted corn, crispy tortilla strips, and Southwest ranch dressing? That's what we call the Southwest Salad. It's brand new, and it's only at Zaxby's. Order on your favorite delivery app.
Fourth quarter from Cardinal Gibbons. 6-3 lead for the Crusaders. And it's 2nd and goal for Cardinal Gibbons. Donovan Shepard in the backfield. The keeper, though, by Connor Clark. Muscling his way toward the goal line. Touchdown, Cardinal Gibbons. That is the first rushing touchdown of the year by Connor Clark. And Cardinal Gibbons takes a 9-point lead on the opening play of this fourth quarter.
Clark, 6'6", 218 pounds. He stayed low enough, got enough of a push. Look at him here, just continuing to fall forward. And what a huge opportunity for Cardinal Gibbons. They execute to stretch this lead out to a 2-possession game. You feel really good with where your defense is. Your offense finding a way to put some points across here in the second half as you go into the fourth quarter.
A Wake Tech touchdown for Cardinal Gibbons. Lead the way, Wake Tech. Extra point. He's pounded through, and 1 second gone in the final quarter. And that is now 13 unanswered points by Cardinal Gibbons. They have a 13-3 lead.
This offense has just stayed patient. They've taken advantage of a couple field position opportunities there. They got the turnover with good field position. They had the explosive play over the middle. And now for Leesville here, you still have plenty of time, but these possessions are at a premium. I think you're going to have to play up-tempo.
That's a great point on the premium of possessions, because, I mean, we've called high school games where 12 minutes you could have 8 or 9 different possessions with throw, penalties, incompletions, etc. But the way this game has been played, very little through the air. The clock has been moving very swiftly. So Leesville Road, they may have 3 possessions left, and they need to score at least on 2 of them.
And the mindsets change really here through the first 3 quarters for Leesville. They're trying to get things going, but they're putting their trust in their defense, and they weren't, really looking for that fast-paced offense where they're attacking vertically. Now, when you're down by 10 with a quarter left, you're going to have to take some shots, take some chances, and really change your mindset here. And instead of just trusting your defense, you've got to be offensive on the offensive end.
Open door kickoff. Open door, the new way to sell your home. Short kick angled toward the Gibbons sideline. Is handled by Leesville Road, and they will have decent field position here as they begin what will be a critical offensive series here in the fourth quarter. Because we haven't seen really from either team in this game, Jay, the ability to churn up 65 to 80-yard drives here tonight. Only the turnover on the poke away on that reception with Winston in the last Leesville Road possession led to a short field. The big sudden change play to the goal line, and there's your touchdown. DJ Scott is back on the field for the Pride. He hobbled off the field a couple of minutes ago. So number 22, very deep behind the quarterback, Will Murray. And it will be Scott on the carry. He's met right as he takes the handoff and tackled by Pierce Johnston.
The interior of the defensive line, Pierce Johnston, Joshua Stone King, they've been really controlling things. It's allowed Dozier out of the defensive end position, Ethan Grace as well, to really control things out on the edges. But those two have been working as a tandem so well going against the guard and the centers for Leesville Road.
Loss of a yard, second down. Murray will throw, steps into it, to the right sideline and deep. Penalty marker sails in as there was coverage on that sideline against Nasir Winston. And we've seen Winston and number 6 of Cardinal Gibbons, Oliver Evans, kind of be a one-on-one game here over the last 4 offensive plays. And this will be defensive pass interference on Oliver Evans and Cardinal Gibbons.
Well, here it is, safety help over the top, but they took a chance here going to Winston. And just that push by Evans, just a little bit of a nudge, not much there. But Leesville's going to get the flag.
Well, that's out of the one big running play by Snelling in the first half. That's been one of the biggest offensive plays here for Leesville Road, but they must capitalize. 10 points down, first minute still of this final quarter. And we've now begun to see kind of just a one-on-one game with Evans, the quarterback, and Nasir Winston, the wide receiver for Leesville Road. And again, it was Oliver Evans who poked away the football out of the hands of Winston, then recovered the fumble on that last Leesville Road drive. Biggest play by far of this game. Handoff, bouncing outside DJ Scott, but can't get away. But on extra effort does nuzzle his way out to midfield. Will Mason was there. Donovan Dozier once again for Cardinal Gibbons.
Well, Will Mason is a star in the secondary. Dozier, we called his names a couple times. But how about the team speed there? Scott looked like he had the edge, but Will Mason just shot up there to the line of scrimmage and made the play.
2nd and 6. And Will Murray hands it off. Scott, again, just kind of probing around, bouncing forward. He'll pick up 4 more. Well, at this stage of the game, you're down by 10. You're in plus territory here. We've already seen Leesville Road go for it on 4th down on a fake punt in their own territory. I think moving forward from this point on, it's probably 4-down territory no matter where Leesville Road is on the field.
Especially at this point here, you've got 2 downs to get it here. So you've got to have that mentality. 2 plays, get past the sticks and continue this drive.
So it's 3rd down and 3. It's a long 3. Inside 10 minutes for the 4th. Gibbons leading Leesville by 10. Murray faking. A pump. Now he releases deep. And he overshoots Winston. There was a little bit of soft contact on the sideline by Evans, but no call on his 4th down. I fully expect the Pride to go for this.
Yeah, they're going to stay out on the field here. Now, what do? Do you put it back in the air or do you keep it on the ground? I think here you've got to give the ball back to Scott. But Cardinal Gibbons, if I'm a defender out there, I'm loading the box up here and forcing them to beat you through the air.
Do you like that play call going deep on 3rd and 3?
Well, if you have a one-on-one situation, you've got to take the opportunity there. But I think for Leesville here, it just hasn't been there. They haven't had that rhythm. I think you've got to kind of do something here to try to pick it up on 3rd down, which they took the vertical shot. But now you're in a tough situation on 4th down.
A whole lot of pressure on 4th. It is DJ Scott. He's gotten a hard yardage all game long on 3rd down situations. Does it again here on 4th down for the Pride.
He's got a knack to pick up the tough yards, especially when his team needs it. We'll see him here right up the middle. The patience and then just attacking there, fighting through the contact. That was a big hit by Jamil Tucker coming up from the secondary.
That is a Wake Tech 1st down. Lead the way, Wake Tech. I'm not sure what DJ Scott runs, but he's almost has kind of that sprinter speed before he even gets the handoff, and that helps going downhill. New set of downs. Scott again. Stop to the right. Goes back through the middle. And picks up about 3 punishing yards.
And for Cardinal Gibbons, of course, you don't want Leesville to pick up the 1st down. But this offense is using the clock right now. And this is what you want, this clock to melt down and just shorten this ball game up with a 2-score lead. It's kind of playing into their hands right now.
I'll say this about DJ Scott. He's gotten about 90% of his rushing yardage today in directions where the run was not supposed to go. Deep ball down the right side and overshoots Nasir Winston. He had a couple of steps, though, on Evans. Incomplete.
Well, for Cardinal Gibbons, you've got to bring the safety over to help out on that side because that's the passing weapon that they've really focused on here, especially in the 4th quarter is Winston. So you've got to bring a safety over there to help Evans and to really solidify and close off that side of the field.
Want to throw like that. I think this year Winston going to the sideline. You just need to give Winston a chance to make that catch. You don't need to be picture perfect. Just give him a chance to run it down because that's a matchup in space that the Pride will like. And here we go again, another long 3rd down for the Pride. And Ben Colstad going to the official on the sideline, calls the timeout. 8:34 left 4th quarter. Gibbons on the strength of 13 straight points, up by 10, but the Pride trying to roll back into it.
You've asked me all kinds of questions about my living Atkins. Here's a question for you. How are you feeling? Because who isn't a little more focused on her health these days? All the more reason I'm all in on Atkins. Not the Atkins diet, the Atkins life. Great food that's rich in healthy protein, not a ton of carbs or sugars. Feels good. And when you're feeling good on the inside, it starts to show on the outside. Go to Atkins.com to learn more. All free, nothing to join. Here's to our health.
We develop quality citizens who keep our core, our country, and our communities side by side on the winning side. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at marines.com.
(13-3). Gibbons leading Leesville Road. 8:34 remaining fourth quarter. Leesville Road with the football. 3rd down and 8 from the Gibbons 41-yard line. Pride just called a timeout, changing formations here for Will Murray, their quarterback. Plenty of time to throw. Zips one left side and is brought in by Westbrook. He's to the 30, fighting for a yard or two, and will pick up the first down inside the Gibbons 30-yard line. And that's a play, Jay, we have not seen the Pride run all game long.
Westbrook has had a really good year out wide. We'll see him here in a big spot coming up. Nice protection, and a slant route, and then with defenders all over you, he's able to focus, bring it in, fight for a couple extra yards, and there's a late block too.
I tell you what, I think Leesville Road caught a break. Cam Todd came in and just erased a guy at the end of that play. Could have been a personal foul, but the penalty marker stayed. First down inside the 25-yard line to about the 24. More time, DJ Scott.
Leesville content just here, going slow, just staying patient. This clock dwindling down. This has been the Pride's best drive thus far tonight.
Well, they need 2 scores, either a field goal or a touchdown on this drive, but they need to get the football back. They did just burn 1 timeout, which could prove costly later on in this fourth quarter if they're trying to get Gibbons off the field. And this drive has now consumed almost the entire fourth quarter. 2nd and 5. Murray deep to the pylon, and it's turning the defender around. Once again looking for Nasir Winston in that one-on-one matchup with Oliver Evans.
Jamil Tucker, the safety, coming over, number 3, helping out. This ball just continuing to float out of bounds. A lot of contact. Those two really wrestling with each other. That's been a fun matchup to watch.
Yeah, pretty good no call there. That was uncatchable anyway, going out of bounds. 7:04 left. And again, we fully expect this to be 4-down territory, because this is a kind of a borderline field goal when you need 1 of 2 scores. I don't think you chance it from here. Need to reach just inside the 20-yard line on 3rd down. And Will Murray looking over the sideline, and boy, Leesville Road calls another timeout, Jay. 1 remaining now for the Pride. I mean, I know it's a really important play. You need to make sure you have the right personnel in there and call the right play. But again, now with only 1 timeout for the back end of this fourth quarter, when you might be in dire straits to get the football back, that can really impair you.
Well, and that's a situation where you want to make sure your offense is set, because this is a big play coming up. But you don't want to use the timeout there, because you're going to potentially need it. And now 7:04 left on the clock. You've got to get some points here. But this game is shortened down, so you may only get 1 more possession potentially here. So this could be an opportunity here. Touchdown, get the defense back out on the field, get a stop, and then get the ball back again. But there's not much time left.
I would almost say if you score, if you're Leesville Road on this drive, you're probably onside kicking, because your defense is so good anyway. You might as well take a shot, try and get an onside kick recovered, and then go back down the field. But cart in front of the horse. Like a little bit of early motion on the offensive line. I don't see any penalty markers down. And inside the 20-yard line, good hard running once again by DJ Scott. And that will be good enough for a first down for Leesville Road.
The interior of the offensive line doing their job up front, getting enough of a push. And Scott, again, just running, kind of hiding behind them. Another important spot coming through with the first.
So down to the 15-yard line inside the CPI security red zone, and whistles blown just at the snap to Wilbury. There's a penalty marker on the far side. offside. Just lining up in the neutral zone for the offense of Leesville Road. Now 6:38 shows in this fourth quarter clock. Seems like a lot, but not in a game like this, especially when you only have one timeout left if you're the Pride, down by 2 scores.
We'll see if Cardinal Gibbons here loads things up in the box. They bring a blitz. Right now, the key here is watch number 2, Carter Scarce, to see if he comes up. It does look like they're loading it up.
All right, Scott following a blocker. And take it back. That's Snelling instead. And angled out just in front of the 15-yard line.
All right, now again here, what's been working in the pass game? We've seen a couple long routes by Nasir Winston. He's been able to catch some of those short ones out to the alley and make something happen here. I'd look to get the ball out to him on a quick hitter in the perimeter and let him do damage.
So Murray informs his offensive line. 2nd and 11. Now by 10. Fake. Murray finds some space. Throws on the run to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Looking for Westbrook. Pretty well conceived play there. You bought some time. He had an opportunity to step in and make a strong throw. I just could not find the target.
A tough throw on the run now. 3rd and 11 here. And again, can the offensive line protect? We'll see if Gibbons brings the blitz.
Now here's the situation for the Pride.
Take a sack.
Now this may not be 4-down territory here because you might have enough confidence in your kicker. You need the field goal and the touchdown. If this is a positive play, we'll see what they decide to do. 3rd and 11, pump fake. Oh, they couldn't take that though. Taken down, Joshua Stone King. The sack of Will Murray on 3rd and 11. And that is likely going to knock the Pride outside of field goal range and bring up a desperation 4th down play.
And Stone King just beat the block up front with speed. 6'2", 214. He got underneath the pad level, and what a huge moment for him to stand up there and force the sack for Leesville.
And now it's 4th and 17. They will, though, bring on their kicker. It's Tyler Graham. This will be a 40-yard attempt to cut it to 7, and he hooked it. It's no good, well wide left. And with 5:22 left in the fourth quarter, Gibbons remains up by 10 and takes over.
Well, for Cardinal Gibbons there, you bent there a lot, but what you did was you forced Leesville to use the clock, and then on a big play, 3rd down, Stone King made it happen and put Leesville in a tough spot on special teams. And we'll see here, is there pressure up the middle? Like just, again, just a little bit over towards the left, and then the ball just hooked well over there. The Cardinal Gibbons, their home field advantage, has played so well tonight in all 3 phases.
All right, well, now if you're Leesville Road, certainly the landscape to a road win changes. Now you need to put your best defense on the field, get some stops, but create a turnover if you can. Because Gibbons is very likely going to keep this football on the ground and try to milk the clock since the Pride has only one timeout left. And a timeout taken by Cardinal Gibbons. 5:22 left, fourth quarter, 13-3 Cardinal Gibbons. Does Leesville Road have what it takes to come back in the waning moments?
You just want to meet your new niece.
Here she is.
But if slow upload speeds were to freeze your face and you accidentally snub a newborn,
Nothing is ever good enough for you.
just remember, you're not a bad sister.
This is going to be a problem.
You just need better internet.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience with 25 times faster upload speeds than cable. Get AT&T Fiber. Plan starting at $35 a month for a year. Limited availability in select areas. Call 1-877-ONLY-ATT.
My wife Roxanne had so much love to give. Oh, and everyone loved her back. Kids, dogs, her coworkers, her boss, Louis the mailman, Jimmy the gardener, Jose the meter reader, and Rob lives down the street. So much love to give, but none for me. See, that, my friend, is why we're going to divorce court.
Weekdays at 4 on MyRDC 28.
13-3 lead for Cardinal Gibbons. 5:22 left in this fourth quarter. A 40-yard field goal attempt was just missed by the Pride. So Cardinal Gibbons will take over, and they will keep it on the ground here. Leesville Road just one timeout left, and Gibbons a run for a couple of yards there. And again, hobbling out of there after contact, Donovan Shepard favoring that left leg.
Well, this is a Cardinal Gibbons team that's been battle tested this season. They've gone to Charlotte twice to play Myers Park, Julius Chambers as well, two of the top teams in the state. They beat Richmond County. And this has been a tough road for them, but it's those challenges that they really wanted to build up for ball games like this in the playoffs as well. And this has been a tough test for them, but so far they've shown all the characteristics of a championship team.
All right, Crusaders called over to the sideline for Stephen Wright as Xavier Lewis being treated on the turf here at Gibbons with a cramp in his right leg. Athletic training staff will escort him to the sideline. Well, coaches game out every situation. They know they've never lost until the clock shows 000. So if you're the head coach, Ben Colstad of Leesville Road, you certainly know you're backed into a corner with one timeout. You don't have possession of the football and you're down by 10. But how do they get it done here, Jay?
Well, the focus is get a turnover. Whatever it takes, strip the ball, but we need to get off the field. And then, once you get the ball back to your offense, you're going to have to execute, have big plays, score quickly, and then onside kick. So there's still time, and you're going to have to play almost perfect, but you still have an opportunity, but it starts right here with your defense.
So now let's check the game management skills for Connor Clark, the quarterback for Cardinal Gibbons. Clock winding down, play clock winding down, and look how casual he is. This is the best way to handle things. Seasoned at his job in no rush. And now they're ready with the play clock winding down. And they will keep it on the ground. This is Raphael reversing field out to about the 25-yard line. So a fake to Raphael. Clark kept it. Brings up now third down.
Well, and if you're a Gibbons skill player that's going to handle the ball, the focus has to be once contact is made, just get down to the ground. It's not worth getting an extra yard or two. You do not want a guy to hold you up and then knock the ball out. Just protect the football and get down.
And now Clark called the sidelines on 3rd and 5. We're below 4 minutes now in regulation. And Donovan Shepard, we saw him in this Wildcat formation back in the first half, having a little bit of trouble getting the play in and getting guys where they need to before the play clock runs out. And they do beat the clock. And on the handoff, and this is Raphael to the right side. He'll be short to the first down, so mission accomplished, at least for the Pride. Didn't force the turnover, but they will force a prospective punt here for Cardinal Gibbons. Trouble is they'll have one timeout and about a little less than maybe 3 minutes to go and still down by 10.
Well, and for Leesville, you go back earlier here in the quarter when they had to use those timeouts. This would have been a perfect spot where you could burn one here to stop the clock.
So now, only now, the punt team comes on for Gibbons. And Ben Colstad said, hey, guys, can we hurry things up a little bit?
A big play here on special teams.
Drew Thomas back to return. Snap is clean. The rush is on, but the boot is away. And this will land at the 45 and take a Gibbons hop down around the 40. So one timeout left for the Pride. 2:46 remaining. They need a field goal and a touchdown for the tie. And this drive will begin at the 40-yard line. So here comes the Pride back onto the field. Will Murray will need to be in 5th gear here. And his target has been Nasir Winston in this second half. Winston to the top of the screen. Backpedaling, they screen it out of the backfield. That's Scott. Got out of an ankle tackle and gets to the 45. It stays in bounds. So a gain of about 5 for Scott and the Pride. 2.5 to go in the fourth. 13-3 Cardinal Gibbons. And the hurry-up offense. Not in as much of a hurry as what I think the head coach Ben Colstad would like. Play action. contact as Murray tried to release the pass and couldn't get it done. And taken down for a sack by Ethan Grace.
But here Grace coming off the edge, number 13. And he went to the inside, just pushed his man back into the lap of Murray.
That's Tim Hogan. He just beat Hogan heading on to play at Elon. So 13-3 lead, 2:04 to play. Let's get now to our drive of the game, brought to you by Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. And here it is, Jay.
Started with the turnover. Oliver Evans making the play, getting the ball back to the offense, and immediately, sudden change. Connor Clark went over the middle. A nice job by Shotwell getting over to the 1-yard line. They ran the ball once, then the next play, Connor Clark finished it off, quarterback sneak right up the middle and stretched it out to a 2-score lead for Cardinal Gibbons.
That's your Honda Dealer of Carolina's scoring drive of the game, 13-3. Cardinal Gibbons leading, 2:04 to play in this final quarter. Leesville Road forced to burn that last time out after the sack of Will Murray. So 10 points down. Again, the game really flipped on that strip and recovery by Evans of Cardinal Gibbons on the sideline, then the touchdown, and then the missed field goal the next possession later by Leesville Road. Throw to the sideline, complete inside the 50. That'll be enough for a first down. Soon as Sear Winston. So 2:03 to play. And a Wake Tech first down, lead the way at Wake Tech.
For Cardinal Gibbons now, if you're in the secondary, you do not want to give up the play over the top. You'll live with underneath routes, but you can't give up something behind you here. Just keep everything in front.
Murray looking to throw again. Same play to the sideline. Winston makes that catch. Good for another 11. First down again for the Pride.
Winston's been playing both ways tonight. Defensive back in there. Again, these out routes, he's such a good route runner. And when he goes out, it's so tough to defend him because he cuts towards the inside and then goes right towards the sideline.
Move the chains now to the 39-yard line. That play took 6 seconds. Murray again, pressure coming. Across the middle, Scott cuts back. And he's at about the 35. The Pride out of timeouts. Clock rolling, 1:45 to go. That's good for only 4.
But here, they're going to have to throw something towards the end zone. The clock is just moving. They can't stop it. Again, they're moving the ball, but they've got to attack.
End zone or sideline. You cannot afford to have 20 seconds go off the clock like they just did. And there's a sideline pass. Again, it's Winston. He's just beyond the chains. And that'll be another first down for Leesville Road. Hey, if that's what they're giving you, 9 or 10 yards in that boundary, take it, save the time, edge your way down the field, and take your chance with an onside kick. They're inside the 30. Murray, it's a handoff. Scott bumps to the 25, lowers the shoulder, and that will stop the clock as well. Scott inside the 20. That will stop the clock temporarily as they reset the chains. Good for 10 plus.
That was a good change up there with the running play. Injury down, looks like a cramp.
And it's Pierce Johnston. See about 4 cramps tonight.
Injury timeout.
So 13-3 lead for Cardinal Gibbons. 1:19 left, and as they treat the cramp, let's get to our West Shore home player of the game. And Jay, our player of the game is going to be Donovan Dozier.
He made a huge impact, a couple sacks on the night. He just won with speed up front. Look at him here, getting off the block, making a tackle, in run support. But he's a guy, when he hasn't been double teamed, he's just been living in the backfield. Another play there, getting off the field on 3rd down.
West Shore home. Convert your old bathtub into a modern and spacious walk-in shower in just one day. There's Donovan Dozier, hoping to lead the Crusaders to what would be their 5th win in 7 games, but move to 2-0 in the Cap 6. So the clock now resumes, minute 15 to go. First down from the 19. Leesville Road down 10. Pressure coming from Dozier, and a throw over the middle is intercepted by Cardinal Gibbons, and that will salt this one away. Savoy knew the pickoff off across the middle, and Cardinal Gibbons is going to knock off Leesville Road again.
He just read the eyes right here, jumping in the passing lane, knew the weak side linebacker. He's made a couple nice plays and run support here, dropping back in coverage. He's going to close out the victory for his team. And this whole defensive effort tonight for Cardinal Gibbons has been championship level, and they're getting another turnover, 2 turnovers in the second half.
And Leesville Road without timeouts. The turnover belt now belongs to New. And it's a 13-3 Cardinal Gibbons lead, and a couple of kneel downs will do it. This was a hard-fought game where Leesville Road kind of had the early advantage with their defense. And Cardinal Gibbons figured out a way to turn them over, figured out a way to move the chains, figured out a way to get across the goal line once. And that's what championship teams do. And on this homecoming weekend in Raleigh, here on the campus of Cardinal Gibbons, they're about ready to celebrate hard. So there's the first nail down by Connor Clark. One more will do it. And this game, Jay, did not disappoint.
This was a battle in both teams. When you watch this ball game, I'd expect both teams to be there towards the end. They're going to be playing in November and December. I believe the difference here was Cardinal Gibbons just created those turnovers in the second half, made some plays on the offensive end. But Leesville, I mean, they've got a defense, and they've just got to get a little bit more consistency on the offensive end. These two teams, though, may see each other again, and this was a good test, and I think something both sides will learn a lot from this matchup.
Yeah, great sportsmanship here. The last kneel down is taken, and they may very well meet again. Still a lot of time, though, to improve offensively for both of these sides over the final month of the regular season. But Cardinal Gibbons will get the regular season victory, holding Leesville Road to just a second quarter field goal. The Gibbons defense gets it done, and it is final. Cardinal Gibbons 13, Leesville Road 3.
Well, this is a confidence boost for Cardinal Gibbons. Your 5th victory on the season. You faced a really tough schedule, and in a ball game where things didn't necessarily go your way, you find a way to win. That's going to be huge for them moving forward.
All right, so Cardinal Gibbons moves to 5-2. They will be on the road the next couple of weeks at Broughton and at Athens Drive before they wrap up against Sanderson. Meanwhile, Leesville Road back home, trying to get back on the winning track next week against Athens Drive. Your final from Raleigh, Cardinal Gibbons 13, Leesville Road 3.
Justice is doing a double take.
I think you're a liar.
Sir, the game is over. With the People's Court with Judge Marilyn Millian and Judge Mathis.
I'm riveted by this.
The People's Court brings the hammer down.
You know what I think? I think you're a crook. Pay the lady back the money you ripped her off of.
And Judge Mathis keeps it real.
She hates me now because I'm dating her ex-husband, Peter. Her kids live with us.
You took her husband and her kids.
2 great court shows on 1 great station.
On MyRDC.
We all wear multiple hats, a different hat for every job. At Wake Tech, we have multiple hats too, from welding to construction management to baking to public safety. Wake Tech can help you determine which hat fits you best. Visit Wake Tech online or in person and try one on for size. Wake Tech. Success starts here.
Mark your calendar, check the dates. The amazing Rooms to Go fall sale is going on now, and thousands of shoppers are getting huge fall sale savings on great-looking living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, mattresses, and more. Plus, to make buying even easier, there's 60-month interest-free financing. That's right, you get both. Low sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. So hurry to the Rooms to Go fall sale today for great-looking furniture and low sale prices.
When you're hurt at work, how do you know if you're getting all the workers' compensation benefits you deserve?
I wanted to know what all my benefits and rights were.
That's why I called James Scott Farron.
They have the resources and the experience to help me.
They don't put up with delays or games. They fight hard to make sure you're getting everything you may deserve. If you've been hurt on the job, get the James Scott Farron Advantage. The call and case evaluation are free. Call on the Hurt Line. right now.
(13-3) your final. Cardinal Gibbons over Leesville Road. Let's go down to Maryland Payne for the Friday Night Rivals trophy presentation with the head coach of the Crusaders, Stephen Wright. Maryland.
Patrick, thank you. Coach, you explained this week to me how important defense has become to the identity of this Cardinal Gibbons program. How did we see that tonight?
Well, you know, when we had to have a play, the defense made it. We had the strip fumble that set us up for the touchdown, and then the pick there at the end that helped seal the win. I couldn't be more proud of those guys, but it was so much more than that. Obviously, those were the two biggest plays, but those guys fought hard all night. And listen, hats off to Leesville. That's a heck of a football team. They're well prepared, and that was a battle tonight.
It was. You say it's so much more than just those two turnovers. What were the other details that this defense won the football game tonight?
Well, I think we played good. In the run game, and then when they took play action, shots, our guys were there. And so just really proud of our discipline and the fight those guys demonstrated really on both sides of the ball.
Well, congratulations to your team. I will let you hand this back to the guys that are ready to celebrate. Cardinal Gibbons tonight, Leesville Road. Patrick, back to you.
Yeah, it still means something. Cardinal Gibbons with the win, 5-2, 2-0 in the Cap 6. And Jay, I don't know about you, but Oliver Evans may not give up that turnover belt. He may sleep with that all week.
He's wearing it all week. And Patrick, I'll tell you, these are two of the top teams in the state. This, like Coach Wright said, was a battle. And these teams, I think, coming out of tonight, they're going to say, hey, listen, we went toe-to-toe with each other. Cardinal Gibbons is going to make really this work for them in practice this week, knowing that, hey, we had the confidence to make plays happen, especially in the fourth quarter. We did the job, and they're going to use this momentum as the season carries on.
And there is still time for both of these teams to kind of fine-tune things offensively. Defensively, these are championship teams. Offense will kind of dictate where they go in a month's time. All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful folks at Honda Dealers of the Carolinas. Talk It Out NC, the NCDHHS, and Riddle and Brantley, who make all these games possible for all of you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great supporters for their contributions to Friday Night Rivals. Wake Tech, Hall Insurance, CPI Security, West Shore Home, United States Marines, Open Door, and United Rentals. And we'd also like to thank tonight's participating high schools and all of their administrators, Leesville Road and Cardinal Gibbons, our host. Tune in next Friday. Northern Durham takes on the Jordan Falcons. Jay, Maryland, and I will be there next Friday night. Once again, your final score, Cardinal Gibbons 13, Leesville Road 3. Thank you for watching Friday Night Rivals. So long from Raleigh.